Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can see me. I was having, of course, technical difficulties, which I typically do when I go live. If you could put a comment below and let me know if you can hear me and see me. Make sure everything's working okay. Hi, David. Jamie, hello. So good to see you here. Maury, thank you so much. Traveling solo is Maury. He's moderating for me today. Thank you so much. All right, looks like everybody can see me and hear me. All right, guys, well, let's just kick it off. If you want to ask any questions, put the questions in the comment. I always say below, it's to the side, and or at least for me. And also put where you're from, where you're calling in from, where you're dialing in from, and we're just gonna kick it off. So this live stream, it's been a long time, guys. I'm so sorry. I used to do them more frequently. Oops, sorry. I used to do them a lot more frequently, but I kind of, I don't know, got out of the habit. Lots of things going on. We won't go into it, but here I am. We're live, and I'm so excited to see everyone again. I have so much fun on these live streams. So it's just going to be really a Q&A for you guys. This is kind of awkward here. Hold on, let me move this. Sorry. It's like my computer's too high or something. Maybe that's a little bit better. So it's a Q&A for you guys. Ask me anything you want within reason. Not anything too personal, please. Oh, Sharon, hey, she just joined as a member. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you're a member, I just set up some new emojis that you guys can use, and there's even one of Lily in there. You'll have to take a look at that, and you can post those in here. So thank you so much, Sharon, for joining. Gratitude level, I appreciate it. There's 3 different levels. You guys can choose which one you want. Okay, let's get started on these questions. Oh, so let me back up. There's Q&A. So again, ask me any questions you want. And then also I'm going to be talking about my travel plans for this year. I talked a little bit about it in a video that was just released recently, but I want to go through a couple of things with you guys and hopefully get your help on some places, things to do, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, let's get started. So who do we have here? Jamie Wells, hello, so good to see you. Rhonda, oh my gosh, hi. Hopefully I get to see you when I come out your way. Let's see, Salty Medic, Debbie, Deborah, Wit. Oh my gosh, my contacts are not working. Maybe I need to pull it in closer. Sandy, Hansberry Thompson. You're saying, tell me more about the toilet situation. We were buying our van and wondering about options. Toilet situation. I have a cassette toilet. I'm not sure specifically what you want to know, but I have a cassette toilet. It's almost 5 gallons. Which maybe you can tell me what you're looking to purchase down in the comments, and I can be a little bit more specific if I don't answer this. But it's just a regular toilet, cassette toilet, and it has a 5 gallon cassette tank that you just take to like a normal sewer spot, or you can dump it in a toilet, and it's really easy to do. I've never had any issues with it. I know there's videos out there saying that people have problems with cassette toilets and dumping them and all of this kind of stuff. I have one out there too that shows how easy it is, but to me it's pretty easy. I really like mine, to be honest, but I have thought about getting a composting toilet when I renovate the van. So we'll see. Not sure. Hopefully that answers your question. Jamie says she's from Charlottesville, Virginia. Hello. And so it is from Washington. Hello. Traveling solo. Maury is from Phoenix. Hello. Maury is actually moderating. Genty. Hi, Amber. Watching from Reno. Hello. So good to see you here. Elizabeth is from Oregon. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go through questions. So thank you guys for posting that. I am seeing you, but I don't want to bore everybody with saying hi to every single person and where they're from. Let's see. Let me go back here. Sorry, I'm just looking here. Let's see. Peggy says I look great. Thank you so much, Peggy. You like my little flip in my hair? I'm always messing with it. Let's see. David says, have you seen the what is it? Panera Mick? It seems like there's a replacement for the Hymer. I don't think I have seen it. No. Who manufactures that? Tara will see you soon. Oh, look at that. She used my little mountain emoji. How do you like that? I love it. Let's see. Sorry, Jamie's got Lily on there. I love these little emojis. Let's see. Vanscaper says hello. Hello. How are you, Matt? You're up late. He's in the UK. It's like what? Or is it early there? I don't know. Maybe it's 10, 11? Let's see. Rhonda says, how do you become a member? Maury, maybe you can take a look at that. And oh, I see also Kevin is here from 30 and Wake Up. Hey, Kevin. So good to see you here. Maybe you can tell people how to join. On my end, of course, I don't see it. But if you're on my channel and you look next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. But is there some way to join from inside the live chat? If maybe any of you guys can talk about that. Sorry, Kevin's much more up to date on that than I am. Kevin, I hope your mom's doing good too. I know she was in the hospital and getting better, but I haven't talked to you in a few days, so I hope she's doing better. Let's see. Scott says, Amber, you still have a desk job with different views out your windows every day. Is this lifestyle everything you thought it would be, and has it been worth everything you've put into it? My desk job is mostly just editing videos. I'm out and about a lot, so it's not really the same. And plus I was working for another company and other people, and I don't know, it was just different. Much more different. I like having my own business, of course, and being able to make my own money and figuring all of that out, and not so many deadlines. The job that I was in was pretty intense, and so I had a ton of deadlines, not by my own doing. So I don't know. I really like this. And is it everything I thought it would be? So much more, actually. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. It has its ups and downs like anything else, but for the most part, I really love it. I'm still in this lifestyle. In fact, I was just thinking about it the other day. I used to move around a lot when I was in a sticks and bricks, and I think because I just always had that travel bug, I wanted to see something different, and I haven't felt like I wanted to get out of this lifestyle, whereas in my sticks and bricks lifestyle, I wanted out. So hopefully that helps answer your question. D says, let's see, what apps, etc. are you using to plan your trip around the country? Are you planning to boondock on the East Coast? So let's see, I use Compendium. I use iOverlander are my two main apps. And then I also have 1,000 Trails membership, so I'll be utilizing that as well. In fact, I upgraded that membership just recently, so that includes all of, let's see, the regions on the East Coast, North and South. And then I think there was one more region somewhere, in the South where Texas is at. That way I can utilize a lot of those particular RV parks, because boondocking is not very plentiful on the East Coast. I have urban boondocked or dry camped a lot, and I just don't prefer it all the time, especially like living in a Walmart parking lot, which is what I did when I went from Seattle, Washington to Maine in 2017. My very first time going across, but I had my Class C then, so it was a little bit different. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm sure I will definitely be urban camping. I've got a lot of people that have said I've got a place to stay with them, so I'll be mooch docking a little bit here and there as well. So I think with all of those things, I have some pretty good options. And then let's see, what apps are you planning with the trip? So I'm using Google Maps to actually plan it. There's I forget what it's called. It's just Places, I think is the name of it. So if you go into Google Maps, hit Places, you can actually create a plan with all these like different icons and stuff. And so I have a plan for that all the way across. So if you guys don't know, what Dee is referring to is I talked about my travel plans for 2021. I haven't been to the East Coast or the Northeast or Southeast in a really, really long time. And so I just decided this seemed like a great time to do it. I was really itching to get moving and do some more traveling. So I'm actually taking the coast all the way around. So Texas all the way to Florida Keys, up the East Coast to Maine. Can't go into Canada right now that I know of. And then to Michigan, and then back down probably to like Tennessee and all these places in between. And then back down to Texas and Southwest for the wintertime. That's the plan anyways. The last time I did this in 2017, when I went from Seattle to Maine, I was going to go down to the Keys and a hurricane came through, but that was a little bit different time of year as well. So hopefully that does not happen. I'm actually supposed to be in Florida in mid-March. So I don't think that's hurricane season. I think hurricane season is later in the year. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here in questions. We have 128 people. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Let's see. Jamie says hello again. Amy Lipkin says, if I sell my house, buy a van, and live in it, how do I register it since I have no permanent address? So you can change your domicile address. So there's two different ways. If you have someone that's going to take care of your mail, like a parent or friend or somebody like that, you can actually you can register your van with their address if that's who's going to be managing your mail and everything, and you have your permanent address there. Or you can domicile in a different state, which is what I did. I domiciled in Texas. So there's 3 different states that are really advantageous to RVers. One is Texas, Florida, and South Dakota. I chose Texas because it's kind of middle of the road. I tend to be in Texas a little bit more than I would the other 2 states, in case I needed to go there for some reason. And so I get all my mail down in Livingston, Texas, which is the Escapers program. They have a mail service, and that's my legal address, my legal permanent address there. And so my van is registered there, and my business is registered there. So yeah, that's how you can do it. So you just have to figure out what state you can domicile in. And those aren't the only 3 states. You can do other states. I know people do Nevada as well, but Texas just works out better for me, especially for health insurance purposes. Okay, that's a great question. Sharon says, it's so nice to see you. How's Lily? Lily's doing great. She's just resting over in the chair. She didn't want to come over here and sit next to me. She kept jumping out. So I was going to show her to you guys, but she had something else in mind. But she's doing really good. She's all bundled up. It's really, really cold. I'm in Texas right now. And, you'd think coming to the coast that it would be warmer. Nope. Deja vu. 2 years ago, I did the same thing. I was out running a winter storm, and I'm doing it all over again. It's supposed to be, it's been in the 30s here, the 30s on the coast. And I think tomorrow, is tomorrow Sunday? Yeah, tomorrow Sunday. And Monday, it's supposed to be in the 20s at night, which is a no-no for my van. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to winterize my van. It's not enough time. It's not like I'm going to need to winterize it for weeks on end or months on end, only 2 days. So I'm going to basically dump all the water out of my freshwater tank. I'm going to release all the water from my pipes, make sure the gray tank is completely empty. And I don't think that the cassette toilet will have any issues. I don't think it will, but I'll probably empty it as well. Anyway, so I want to make sure it doesn't freeze because all my pipes and stuff are exposed outside. So I'm just going to dump it all, and I'll fill it. I have a Berkey, that silver thing right there, a Berkey filter, and I'll just fill it up. I have a couple of other gallon jugs in here that I can use to fill up with water. So I have drinking water and water to wash the dishes and stuff like that for the next 2 days. That's my compromise instead of winterizing. But I can't believe it's so cold here. It's just, I know, I think it's happening in a lot of southern states, actually. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm running behind on all these questions. Okay. Where am I at? Oh my gosh. I lost track of where I was at because I'm talking so much and not paying attention. Sorry. Oh my gosh, it's really far back up here. Okay. I feel like I just missed one. Boundless and Free RV Travel says, hey, good place to find other solo travelers or for dating on the road. Thank you. Okay. Jamie says, me and my husband are going to be a B+. He sleeps sometimes in a recliner. Any suggestions on the best you've seen? For B+, Pleasureways are supposed to be really good. And then, gosh, why is the other one escaping me? Oh, you know what? There's a really good one that's out. I haven't seen it in person. I've only seen it online, but the new Winnebago Echo, that looks fantastic. Like, so amazing. I feel like they took all the things that we didn't like about our RVs and our vans and put it into that. It's really quite amazing. So take a look at the Winnebago Echo. But Pleasureway is another one. Why can't I think of the other one? It's maybe someone could comment on what they have. Oh, hey, Rhonda, you became a member. Thank you. Ah, so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm having a hard time keeping up here, guys, because my screen keeps moving and I have to scroll back up to get all the comments. Okay. Thank you so much, Jamie, for that. Let's see. Kim's from Fort Worth. Hello, Kim. So good to see you here. She's also a Story Chasing member. And yep, Watbury says 30 and wake up is in the chat. Yes, he is. Let's see. So Craig says, do you have any worries about Hymer being out of business? Would you buy a used one? No, I don't have any worries about it. We've done just fine with them being out of business. I mean, in the beginning, it was a little crazy to think about it, especially because we lost our 6-year warranty, but we have a really great community and we've been able to tackle and fix a lot of the things that were wrong with the Hymer. So if you join the Facebook Hymer owner and wannabes group, then they have a lot of information there that you can even look at before you purchase a used one. But I think it would be fine. You just need to get in with a good group. I mean, every RV is going to have its issues. It's not just Hymer. I mean, Hymer was weird because of the whole thing where they went out of business and everything, but usually you only have a 1-year warranty anyways. So most likely if you buy a used one, all of those issues will have already been fixed. And so hopefully you won't really have any issues. That's the beauty of actually buying used, is that a lot of times the first owner goes through all the warranty issues and gets all of those like weird things fixed before they either sell it or keep traveling. All right, Aaron Carmack, hello from Seattle. Hello, another YouTube member, Story Chasing member. Les says, do you ever feel unsafe boondocking? Hello from Arizona. I don't actually. I've been boondocking since I first started. I mean, I was nervous in the beginning, but I got used to it and I just kept doing it. That's the thing, is I think a lot of people are nervous in the beginning and you're not used to it and you hear things in the middle of the night, but it's pretty safe out in rural areas, boondocking, and national forest areas, national parks, BLM land. I've never felt unsafe actually out there. So no, I enjoy it. But I think it's just something that when you're nervous about it and you're afraid, you just have to kind of get through it. And so sometimes maybe even finding someone to do it with kind of gets you over that fear. So that's another thing that you can do to kind of help you with being nervous about being out boondocking. Oh, Jamie. That's Jamie, right? Oh, she sent me a super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh. Celeste says, so are you going to renovate the van instead of trying the truck camper? Yes. Yes to renovation. I decided not to do the truck camper because, well, first of all, it costs quite a bit of money to get into. Well, here's the thing. Any RV that you get into, of course, it's going to cost money. And this is going to be a whole new setup for me. Whenever you buy something new anyways, you always have a lot of things that you need to purchase for it. It just is part of it. And so I with the truck camper, you have to buy the truck camper and the truck, and even use it would cost quite a bit of money. I would prefer to take that money and use some of that to renovate the van, because it's not going to cost that much to renovate the van, and then probably go buy some land and build a tiny home on it. That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know when I'm going to do that. I've thought about doing it for a while. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop traveling. I just want to use it maybe as a home base at some point. But I don't know. I've been talking about that for a couple of years and I haven't done it yet. I just haven't felt the need to, or want the upkeep of it, I suppose. So I don't know. We'll see. But yes, definitely renovating. I think Maury's going to help me with that. Right, Maury? Jamie Well says, love the flip. Oh, thank you. I'm sure people are going to get on to me about flipping my hair. They always do. Let's see. Erin says, the color looks great on you too. Oh, thank you so much, Erin. Okay. There's lots of comments. I look fabulous. I look great. Thank you. I appreciate it, everybody. I'm feeling much better. I know that's one of the questions that people were asking me, or they send me emails and stuff asking me how things have been since the whole unmentionable thing. I say that because I just don't want to put energy into that. But videos that came out not too long ago where we'll just say the breakup. And yes, I'm doing much, much better and feeling better. And I learned a lot from that particular situation, and traveling helps me through that. I really am gotten back to what I really love doing. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. Okay. Pamela Fitzpatrick says, my biggest concern is what would happen to my dogs if I die suddenly while boondocking as a solo traveler? How do you address this? Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, that's a concern too for me. Anybody, I think, who solo travels. So you can get like stickers that you can put on the outside of your van or your RV that says that there's a dog inside, and to call 911 if there's an issue. There's that. I have also this Garmin and Reach that I have preset messages to family members and friends that tell them that I'm okay, and it gives them my GPS location. So if I don't check in, they know to start looking for me. So hopefully, like, if something happened to me, that my dog is not going to be in the van for too long by herself. But really, I mean, that's all you can do unless you, I mean, I travel so much by myself. So that's really about it. And then, I mean, you could travel with other people and that would potentially solve that problem, but let's just hope that doesn't happen. I don't want that to happen. Share. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to read the question. Kevin, are you still in here? Look at Cher's question. She says, is it wrong that I want her to date Kevin? People thought we were dating before, but we weren't. We were just really good friends. That cracks me up. Calvin Thomas says, what are your honest opinions of the host truck campers? Well, I've never personally used one, but I really loved it. And I have, a couple of friends who have them and they really love them. They highly suggest them. The one thing that I continually, and I also joined the Facebook host truck camper group. And there was another one that I joined too, Eagle Cap. That was the other one because I was looking at them. I joined their Facebook group too to see what the owners were saying about those truck campers, because they're going to obviously give their honest opinion in there because they're trying to fix things. And so it was quite interesting because a lot of the Eagle Cap people were saying that they thought their truck camper was superior to host. But the one thing that I heard the most of is, even though host had their issues, just like any other RV does, their customer service was really amazing and they were very responsive. And Wendy, who I did the truck camper tour with, her response, and then one other person's who has a host truck camper, said that you're a name, not a number with them. And that's golden with the RV industry. So if you can have that and get your things fixed, then in my opinion, I think host would be superior over the Eagle Cap ones. Now, I don't know that much about Lance or Arctic Fox. I mean, I know that they're really popular, but I would assume that they have their issues just like any other RV does. But I loved the layout. Host has a different layout than any other truck camper that I've ever seen, and I really liked it. It was really cool to actually be inside one and see it. It's like with the slides and everything, it's like a little apartment in there. Have some coffee here. Let's see. Still looking. Let's see. Misty's Everyday Life says, I don't see a join button anywhere. I use an iPhone. Maybe that's why. You know what? I don't even know either. I'm so sorry. I'll take a look at it and see. But again, maybe Maury or Kevin can post that down below. Maybe they know. Let's see. Aaron Carmack says, sending healing energy to Kevin's mom. Yay. Yes, I know. I hope she gets better. Kim says she agrees with Share T. Kevin doesn't date. He says that. So no, I can't date him. We're just friends. He's like a brother to me. So no, we're not going to date. Let's see. Vanscaper says I'm on a big A shift tomorrow, so catch you soon. All right. Talk to you later. Robert Gilman, sorry about that, says, hi Amber, are you able to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of registering your van, either non-commercial versus commercial? I can't. I don't really know. Mine is non-commercial. Yeah, non-commercial. I don't have mine listed as a company vehicle or anything like that. So I'm not really sure, to be honest. Sorry about that. Jen T, loved your tour of Biosphere 2, and I'm planning to go there. Are there any other must-see places nearby that you enjoyed? In Crater Lake. Let's see. Wait, is that right? No, Meteor Crater. Well, there was that hotel that I went to, the Motel RV Park, El Paez, I think is the name of it. That was pretty cool place to stay if you're looking for a place to stay. I don't really know anything around Tucson too much. That was really the coolest place that I went to, actually, was Biosphere 2. That was really amazing, guys. Sorry, Jen, I couldn't help you out a little bit more with that one. But there's a website that I've been using called Atlas Obscura, and that has some really cool, like, unique places on there. It's atlasobscura.com. That has some really cool places on it for you to look things up. And it can go by state, it can go by city. It's really, really neat. I was just recently in Bisbee too, and that was a really neat little town. Tombstone is another town that's over there, kind of, it's just south of Tucson. It's a pretty neat place. It's not my cup of tea. It's very touristy and everything, but it's the old West. It was where Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp and that whole gunfight happened at OK Corral. And so I actually got to see a reenactment of that. And that was actually pretty cool. I did like that. Don't ask me why. Angela Rose says, let's see, what's the bee behind you? Also, how long did it take to sell everything and actually go through closing of your home? So the bee behind me is for my last name, Baldwin. Somebody gave that to me when I had my Sticks and Bricks house. And so one of the things that I was able to take with me. And then how long did it take me to sell everything and go through closing? So, oh goodness, I was super stressed out, Angela. Let's see, I bought my RV one day. It was like a Wednesday, I think. Put my house up for sale. I'd already been talking to my real estate agent. Put my house up for sale that day on Wednesday. They came and took pictures on Thursday. We had an open house on Saturday. And the deal is all offers had to be in by Sunday, and we were going to review them at noon. And I had 5 offers, 3 escalations. So the house sold in 5 days, and we had a 30-day close. So I hadn't even started selling everything at that point. So I literally had to take possession of my RV, sell everything that I had in the house that I could, or get rid of it. So what I did was I had a huge, so I had my house. Of course, it's all completely furnished with decorations and everything, and had basically an open house where people could come to the house in my neighborhood and take a look at everything. Kind of like if you think about an IKEA store, they could go around and pick out things that they wanted. And it was actually quite amazing. People loved to be able to see it in its natural environment where I had decorated or where I'd put it, and they could get an idea of what it would be like for themselves. And just like IKEA. And I sold a lot that way. And then I put stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and I did a garage sale. And then after that, anything that didn't sell, I donated to Goodwill. So I did all of that in 30 days and moved into my RV. It was a lot. It was a lot. So if you can do it ahead of time and start doing that stuff now, selling things now, if you know you really want to go into this lifestyle, I would do it now. Gives you a little bit more time, and you could probably make more money on your stuff. Let's see. Just looking through all the comments again. Where is Tiffany? Hey, doll, looking gorgeous as usual. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany's actually one of my friends. Whereas Tiffany has her own YouTube channel too, so you can go check that out. She's amazing on there. She's a good cook too. That girl can cook. Oh my gosh, she can cook. I'm sure she hates me telling you that too, but that's an inside joke. Erin says, Amber, I love the beach behind you. Oh, yeah. So that is actually from when I was in Alaska. I forgot the name of the mountain. It's a volcano actually, but I got that when I was in Homer, Alaska. I really like it too. Thank you. I was looking for something kind of unique to put back there, and I like that it's painted on wood. It was a local artist from Alaska. She did a great job. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Jamie. She answered the B for Baldwin. Robert Gilman says, you have a desktop. Is there any problems with it banging around? Oh, did I misunderstand your question earlier? I have a laptop, not a desktop computer. I would actually love to get like one of those articulating arms somehow that goes on the wall. Can't do your hair because there's a window. That's the problem with the Hymer. There's really nothing. There's nowhere to like attach stuff, but I would love to have an articulating arm on there and put like a big, what's it called? iMac on there. I used to have one. Has a lot more power than my laptop does, but I don't know. I'm waiting for MacBook to come out with a M1 chip and the MacBook Pro, which I think is coming out at the end of the year. Yeah, I'm so going to be on that one. I have a friend who has, Robert, who has a van. If you look through my videos, her name is Carrie, and she had a Sprinter van. Blonde girl. She's in, I think, a blue dress is the thumbnail. And she actually had the setup that I was just telling you about, a desktop computer with an articulating arm. And so it was great. I think actually I take that back. Maybe it was just a monitor. Anyways, she had an articulating arm on the wall. Great setup. She had her own desk and everything in there, but hers was a custom build out. I really, really liked it. But anyways, you can see the van tour of that. Maybe I'll give you some ideas. Maury says, I only see the join button in a web browser on the computer. I'm trying it on a different device, but so far that's the place it seems available. Okay, there you have it, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I think I saw that one time too where I couldn't find it on the app. I don't know why they don't make it available on the app. It's kind of weird. I'm just going to look at my channel really quick. Yeah, I don't see it on there either. Oh, no, like actually, if you click on the top, here it is. I see it. So if you go to the page, let's see if I can get this to show up at the top. So you have these things up here. It says, it's not going to show up. Anyways, at the very top, it says videos, playlists, community, membership. Click on membership, and then you should be able to join from your phone there. And this is on an iPhone. I'm not sure what an Android would look like. All right. Let's see. Roland Shepard says, watching from South Australia, keep up the good work. We are right-hand drive, and all your RVs are not available to us, and no large lithium system available. Yo, really? I mean the lithium, not the driving part. But, oh, that's kind of crazy. So wait, you can't import like one of our type of camper vans or Sprinter vans or anything there? if it's left side, that's interesting. I didn't know that. And lithium systems, why is that the case? Well, I've never heard of that. That's highly unfortunate. What about AGM batteries? AGM are the next best thing. You can only draw down the power in that battery by 50%, or you can damage the battery. But I didn't know about that. Let's see. Thank you guys for giving directions to everyone on the join. I appreciate it. Sandy says, sorry if you've already covered this, but what are you using for Wi-Fi? So I use AT&T. That is, I actually have 2 hotspots. So I have a Netgear Nighthawk hotspot device. This is my AT&T one. And then I have a Jetpack, which is my Verizon plan. Both of these are prepaid plans. The Verizon one is no longer available. It's actually a grandfathered plan. So I obviously try to get plans that are no throttle, no cap, and unlimited usage at a somewhat cheaper rate. But that one came out a couple of years ago, and Verizon quickly got rid of it after probably about, I think it was about 8 months. So that one's no longer available, and I haven't heard of another one coming out. The AT&T one, I'm actually an affiliate for Reliable Internet is the name of it. If you look anywhere in any of my videos in the description box, you'll see a link for it. Now, I will tell you that they've gone up in prices because AT&T went up on price. So I think it's sitting around $140, $150 a month, which is great. Which, I mean, it can be expensive, but considering what you get for it, it's great. So I don't have any issues using as much data on this as I want. So it's completely unlimited, unthrottled, no caps whatsoever. There's just not anything else out there like that I have seen. But we'll see. Elon Musk is coming out with his new satellite internet. It'll be really great to see what happens with that, because if it works for us out here, I'll be jumping on that soon, because there's a lot of places that we go to, especially you go to like national forest if you're really deep into the forest. And thank you. All right. Let's see. It doesn't say that there's a question associated with that. If there is, I have to scroll all the way down. So I'm going to get to it if you have a question there, guys. I appreciate it. Let's see. Kim Lashon, I don't know what's going on with my contacts. I feel like I can't see. Sorry. It says, you're the first #vanlifer I started following on YouTube over 2 years ago. Because of you, Kevin, and a few others, we are picking up a new to us Travato K next week. Oh, yay. Weather permitting. Yeah. Yay. Where are you picking it up from? That's so amazing. Now, are you going full time or is it part time? Let me know in the comments below too on that one. I'd love to know. And then, of course, where are you picking it up from? Because if you're along the route, maybe we can meet up as well, Kim. That's so exciting. Now, I'm not familiar with the Travato K. I know Kevin's. Kevin's is the National Park Edition. And I think, is the K does it have the bed in the back? I can't remember. Oh, Sean says hurricane season is June 1st to November 30th. Yay, I will not be there then. Les says, how do you find out where you can plan on boondocking? Sorry, I'm new. So there's apps that you can use. Compendium is one. iOverlander is another. And you can find boondocking spots there. And they have filters where you can filter by free, or if you want to pay a little bit for a campground, something like that. But so some dispersed camping areas, depending on where you're at, you do actually have to pay for. So like in Moab, Utah, there are some dispersed camping that's considered BLM land, but you have to pay, and it might be $5 or $10 a day. But I mostly use those apps. Most of the time you can park for free or boondock for free in national forests and BLM land, and sometimes like national recreation areas. So if you know that about that particular area, I a lot of times will look on Google Maps, and I can zoom in on it in the satellite view, and you can find spots on there that shows like, an area where maybe someone else is parked. Sometimes you'll even see RVs parked there, and you can find spots that way as well, especially if you are a person who has a bigger RV. It's probably good to like pre-plan and look at things like that so you don't go back too far and can't get turned around. So that's kind of how I find them. But most of the time I can find them really well in Compendium and iOverlander. I don't have an issue. iOverlander is actually for places worldwide. I found out about it from someone in Europe, and they were the ones that told me about it. And so it's mostly, I think, mostly for smaller vehicles, so vans and cars. So there's a lot of people who car camp, van camp, and they use that. Not every spot is going to be just for those, and it'll tell you if it's like going to be too tight, if you need 4-wheel drive. It has a lot of great information, actually. Lots of reviews and stuff on there. Oh, Tracy Kish, I see you. Hello. Welcome to supporter level. Thank you. She's actually one of my students too, and she just got an RV. I love it. Tracy got an RV. I forgot the name of it, but it was a RV rental company, and they actually get the RV like running to like new and make sure everything is great on it, and then sell them. And that's how she picked up her RV for a lot cheaper than buying something new. So, okay, I'm so glad you're here, Tracy. Let's see. Just looking through the questions again. Oh, someone else became a member. Watbree. Am I saying that right? Watbree. I love that name. Welcome to Gratitude Level. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Amazing. Rhonda, let's see. Oh, nope, Rhonda, you already joined. Oh, Tracy, Cruise America. Thank you. That's where she got it from. Yep, keep your questions coming. Let's see. Gosh, I don't know why I can't see. Kim says we're flying on Thursday from Dallas to Tallahassee to get our Travato. Same floor plan as Kevin. Oh, cool. Driving back to Dallas on Friday. Hopefully the weather cooperates. Would love to meet up. Definitely. Well, I'm going to be there. Let's see. Oh, you're going from Dallas. So wait, are you going back to Dallas? Or are you going to be driving back to Dallas on Friday? I won't be in Dallas. It's too cold. It's too far up there as well. I actually have family in Dallas. I'll be coming back through that way though in the fall, but it'd be interesting to find out where you're going to be at. So we can have an offline conversation about that in the community area if you'd like. Rhonda, oh my God, Rhonda, holy cow, girl, what are you doing? She gave me a super chat, $50, man. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Rhonda. Thank you. Oh my gosh, someone else became a member. You guys. Angela Siebold. Oh, she found it. Supporter level. Thank you, Angela. Use your emojis too, especially of Lily. You got to use the emoji for Lily. Thank you. There's a Sasquatch peeking in the window. Is there? Oh gosh, I think I missed some questions here. I have to go back. My whole chat window went down. Let's see. Okay. I need to take a page from Kevin and everybody put like a star if you have a question, because that way I won't miss it, especially if I have to scroll back. Sorry, Kevin, I'm stealing it. It was a good idea. Tracy, I'll stop talking since this is Amber's Q&A. Nice to see Amber feeling better. It's okay. You guys can chat as much as you want in there. Let's see. Elad's Gar. They do make an M1 MacBook Pro. It's in a 13-inch. Larger models will do later. Yeah, that's the problem. I need a bigger monitor because I edit videos on this all the time. So mine right now is the 15-inch. I really, really like it. So I don't want to go to a smaller screen. AYJ Adventures, hello. She says, I miss my iMac. Thank you. It's so good to see you here. Hope you're doing better. Let's see. Just ordered the M1 MacBook Pro. You did? Oh, so you ordered the 13-inch. I hear it's amazing. And I hate the fan going off on mine all the time. So mine is only a couple of years old, but yeah, it just, and I can't, the memory, I have like 32 gigs of memory, but it still can't keep up with everything I throw at it with editing videos. All right, I need water. All right. Oh my goodness. Sharon says, Amber, have a great Valentine's Day. Love seeing you. Take care. Aw, thank you, Sharon. You too. I know. It's tomorrow's Valentine's Day, isn't it? No Valentine here. Just myself. It's all good. Lily's my Valentine. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Anything? Let's see. Everybody's saying happy Valentine's. Yes, you too. Michelle. Hello, Michelle. So good to see you. I'm making lemon, ginger, turmeric rice in my Instant Pot, using it more because of you, Amber. Love your cooking ideas. Aw, I love that. I've never tried the ginger and turmeric in the rice before. I'll have to try that one. It's a good one. I use my Instant Pot a lot. It's so good. Have you tried doing boiled eggs in there? I may have to turn the slide on. Is that a little bit better? Ooh, that's really bright. Maybe not. Yeah, boiled eggs in the Instant Pot, they're like really quick and easy. Actually, I think I have a video out about that one too. But I love it. Tara says, I'm back. Glad you're still going. Oh, yes, I'll be on here for a little bit. So good to see you. Oh, she has a little Lily emoji. You guys crack me up. So, okay, you guys have probably been seeing a lot more of Lily lately. You know why? I never like always put her in the videos before because I don't know. I guess I felt like I was just always pimping my dog out for views. But you guys want more of her, so I put more of Lily in here. Yeah, people love her, especially when I do opening scenes with her. She's a good girl. I love her too. Rhonda says, I have an iPhone. The member button is not next to the subscribe button. Okay, we already addressed that one. Martha Manigros, am I pronouncing that right? Says, when we see you writing your journal, are you using an iPad Pro or regular iPad? It is an iPad Pro. I've had it for a while, like probably 5 years maybe. It still works well, so I just use that. And I use GoodNotes is the name of the app that I use. I really like it because you can do all kinds of like different journals in there. So I have one that's like my education journal and then my like regular journal. So the education journal is, what's really cool about it is you can actually, so that class I'm taking on Mind Valley with Michael Beckwith, it has PDFs that like workbooks and stuff. And so you can download the PDF into your iPad Pro, and then you can open it inside of GoodNotes and have it in there and actually write on it. So because it has like, you know, squares and stuff for you to write on the workbook, and it's perfect. So it just syncs right into that. So GoodNotes is the app that I use for that. Yes, someone, Searkit says Starlink is the name of it. Yes, I cannot wait for that. That's the Elon Musk satellite Wi-Fi. I cannot wait for it. NJ Anderson says, I was thinking you might want to go to Florida on your way home from the East Coast instead of your way there. They're acting. Oh, okay. They're acting like fools, giving each other COVID as fast as they can. Yeah, I've got my mask and everything, and I'll be careful. Thank you, though. Yeah, I don't know. It's bad in all places, I think. So Kevin was just there and he was fine. I know quite a few people there and they're just fine. I think it's really just each individual person and what they do. So for me, I do wear a mask. I know it's controversial. I do wear a mask and I try to stay away from people as much as possible. Yeah, and just be careful, social distance. Big Tex Nick says, love your vlog. What are your thoughts on Nomadic Fanatic and 30 and Wake Up? Well, I don't really know Nomadic Fanatic that well, but he, I don't know him personally. He actually just commented on one of my videos recently, which was amazing. I was shocked. But he actually inspired me when I first started RVing, before I started RVing, because he knows all these places to boondock. So I'd watch them to figure out, like, how do you boondock? So I really liked his channel because of that. And he always goes to these really unique places. So I think he's got a good channel. 30 and a Wake Up, that's my friend Kevin. He's actually in here in the, well, I think he is still inside of the chat, but he's great. He's a van lifer. He started out traveling around the world for a year with this company called Remote Year. And then COVID hit and he is here, like a lot of people who were traveling internationally, and bought a van and is traveling around here too. So he's got a good channel as well if you want to learn from him. Okay. Reading through the comments. Jamie says, on your YouTube page, there's a join button and membership button. That's how I joined and subscribed and became a member. Hope that helps. Up. Thank you so much. Yes. You're on the desktop version, I think, right? What's the deal with the Sasquatch stuff? No, I haven't seen a Sasquatch. Robert Hadley said that, but someone else said there's a Sasquatch in my window. Am I missing something? No Sasquatch. I don't think I would want to. Ray says, have you ever been stuck in the mud off-road? Not in the mud. I have been stuck twice, and it was in my Class C. Once was in a ditch. It was basically this like gravel road that kind of gave way, and I ended up kind of going backwards into the ditch. And interestingly, there was a guy next door that owned a, what is it called? Oh my gosh, I want to say forklift, but that's not it. Backhoe. He owned a backhoe and he came over and pulled me out like really quickly. And then another time I was in Yuma and I got stuck in sand out there. Yeah. Newbie error, but I had to get pulled out of that one, winched out of that one. And I had to call a tow truck driver, not a tow truck driver, well, it was a tow truck that had a winch on it, and he pulled me out. $300 later, my actual insurance did not, or roadside assistance didn't pay for any of that because I think it was like 100 yards or something like that off of a paved road. And so they didn't pay for it. I had to pay for it. Now I have something called Max Tracks. They're like these long plastic nubby contraptions that you can stick under your wheel if you get stuck, and you depends on which way you're going. So you can either put them in the front or the back. You can also dig sand or dig dirt away from your tire with it. So I carry those with me all the time. So fingers crossed, haven't gotten in another stuck situation since I've had those, but I have helped people get out of being stuck with those before. Okay. All right. So before I keep reading more questions, also, I want to tell you the travel plans really quick and where I need your help. And you guys, you can put that in the bottom of the comments as well. So let's see. I'm going from, as I was saying earlier, but in case you're just coming here, I was going from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast by way of the coastline. So I'm in Texas right now, so I'll follow the coastline all the way to Key West, and then back up the east side of Florida to Maine, then to Michigan, to Tennessee, all the places in between, and then back to the West Coast in the wintertime this year. So in between here and there, and mostly I'm staying to the coastline. If it's not, so there's something that's not too far away from the coast, then I won't have a problem going there, but I don't want to stray too far off of the coastline. But I'm going to go that direction. It'll be for most of the year. And what I need your help with is, and some of you guys have just given me some phenomenal places in that video that I put out when I talked about my travel plans. But that is I'm looking for some really unique places to go to and also places to stay. So on this trip, I'm actually going to intermingle not only like being in the van, but also maybe staying in some Airbnbs or something like that along the way. I have found that over the last couple of years, having that ability to go into a hotel or an Airbnb, I really don't want to do hotels. I'd really prefer to do an Airbnb. It sometimes is really nice for me. It's kind of a little bit of a break from the van, especially if I'm moving a lot, and I can go in and take like a bath. I like baths. Take a bath and just kind of regroup sometimes. But I really like having those really unique places to go to, and also like hearing people's stories about maybe why they put such a unique place together. So on this trip too, I want to start interviewing more people. In fact, I'm coming out with an interview here in the next couple of weeks that's on a couple who actually started van life. They only did it for 13 months and they had 2 rigs during that time. And they are now back in a sticks and bricks traditional home. And now that's not something that you typically hear about. I'm always talking about like the pros of everything, right? I'm going to talk about the cons as well, but I've never interviewed anybody who's done that. So I want to show both sides, in other words. So I'm really interested in hearing people's stories and all that. So if you could put some comments below, if you know anybody who's like that, just some unique explorer, adventurer, and a unique place, I would love to hear about that. Or you can email me at amber@storychasing.com and I'll take a look at it. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay, looking at questions again. Keep your questions coming. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh, this thing just went way back up again too. Sorry, guys. I gotta like scroll back again. Oh my gosh. Where did it go? I hate how it does that. People are trying to set me up. No setting up. I'm not being set up right now, but thank you. MHEDR says, are you still interested in truck campers? Nope, not anymore. I like them, but it's just not for me right now. Just a little bit too much money to get into, and I'd rather put that money into renovating my van and potentially buying some land and a house at some point in time. Okay, I feel like I'm going backwards here. Let's see. Are you always wearing your mask around court site since so many do not? I wear my mask when I'm around people. If I'm not around people, I don't wear my mask. I mean, I'm outside, so no. But yes, I will wear it if I'm around people. AYG Adventures says, don't come on north for a while. We still have a foot of snow in the backyard. Yeah, I'm not going to be there. I'm waiting till it warms up. I chase that 70-degree weather. Like, this is way too cold for me here. In the 30s. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Dave says, any amazing destinations you're targeting for spring and summer? Well, I'm going to Key West. I've never been there before. I'm really excited about that. I actually have an RV park, which I don't typically do, I know, but it's really hard to boondock over there. So I have an RV park spot that I've registered for, so I can be there for like 3 or 4 days. And then let's see, I'm going to Maine. I've like loosely planned things, not like completely planned it. So we'll see. It's just Maine is one of my favorite places, so I'll be there. I actually know someone. She's one of my students who has a place there. I was going to actually rent out 1,000 Trails again, do a reservation for that, and in Bar Harbor. But she told me that she has a place for us to go to, some land and this cool little house with lots of space for us to RV, like put our RVs on. So there's several of us that are going to go there. I think I really lucked out on that one. Thank you. You know who you are. I'm not going to mention your name in here. So I'm excited about that. But otherwise, no, I don't have a ton of places yet that I plan. I'm still like, so I do the 300 scenic highways and byways. And just wondering if I need to turn a light on back here. I do the 300 scenic highways and byways. And I haven't done that in a while, a lot of them, because I've, haven't been traveling in those areas. So that is one thing that I looked at, is to do more of the 300 scenic highways and byways. So I've kind of mapped that out. And other than that, I'm just going to find some really cool places to go along the way. But if you guys have suggestions for that, would love to hear about them. I've gotten a lot of emails about it too. So I'm actually looking at all of them. I know I haven't responded back to everyone yet, but I'm getting through them. Okay, so T's Carta Studio says, how do you keep Lily safe when you do laundry and grocery shopping in the heat? I'm from South Dakota. Well, most of the time I'm actually not in places where it's super hot. If it's hot, like really hot, it's kind of accidental that I'm there, kind of like right now where it's super cold. But most of the time I'm not really in places that are really hot, but I have the skylight that actually opens up and it has a screen on it. I have a fantastic fan. And then of course I have the windows on the side here. So I'll just open all of those up. And the fantastic fan actually pulls air out of the van. And so if I have one window open, it really works the best if you only have one window open. So I have the skylight open and the fantastic fan going. It just circulates that air through and you get a really nice breeze in here. So it stays really cool. And she's a small dog too. So she doesn't really get overheated very much. So she can go probably up to, when it gets over 80 degrees, that's when I start to get concerned. Which 80 degrees may not seem like it's too hot, but if it's 80 degrees outside, it can be inside the van or any car, it can be 10 to 20 degrees hotter if you're in full sun. So I'm just really careful with that, making sure I have I have blinds up in the windows, like those window coverings that I put in the windows in the front, and then close all the shades in here so it's nice and dark. And that actually keeps it pretty cool. I haven't had too many issues with that. Rhonda, thank you. She's awesome, Misty. I love giving to good people. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, Rhonda. Okay. How is the internet connection? I think, is it okay? I feel like it's okay here. Are you guys seeing any issues? Okay, keeping looking here. Let's see. Sean says you must see the white sand beaches of Navarra Beach, Florida. Am I pronouncing that right? I constantly pronounce things incorrectly, so sorry. It's not as busy as everywhere else. It's a small area. I will have to look at that. I'll put that on my list. I'm wondering, are there actually any beaches where you can actually beach camp there? I mean, it's probably a long shot in Florida because so many people probably want to do it. But I think I saw a YouTuber just recently who was on a beach somewhere, although it was like by a really busy highway. And I don't know if I would want to do that. Angela H says, did you start your journey in the state that you made your resident state or just started traveling? Angela, I just started traveling. So I was a resident of Washington for most of my adult life. And I started from there and just started traveling. At the time I had a mail forwarding company and I just used that as my mailing address and then had them forward all my mail to me. And then of course my RV was registered there. But then when I purchased this RV, so I started out with the Class C, I was in it for a year, and then I bought this van, and that's when I decided to go ahead and domicile in Texas. I'd already been thinking of it, but I just hadn't made that leap yet because I was pretty sure I was going to get this van, and I didn't want to have to pay 2 different registration fees, and also because of health insurance purposes. So, yeah, that's what I did. So I just waited. All right. Michelle says, not yet, but I have on my list on Amazon from a link I got from your page. The little insert thing is too cool. Oh yeah, the pot and pots. Those are really nice. I like those too. I use those quite a bit as well. She's talking about the Instant Pot. That was from a question earlier. Watbree says, taking out the vet for a nice ride with a top off for Valentine's Day. That sounds cool. A vet, huh? I like those things. It's not easy to actually camp in, though. Big Tex Nick says, what are your thoughts? Oh, I already read that one. How did I, like, is this like an additional question? Sorry, I thought maybe I went backwards. I already answered your question about what are your thoughts on Nomadic Fanatic and 30 and a Wake Up. Have you actually watched their channels? Tara says, regular Sunday here, Valentine's Day is too commercial. Yes, I agree. I'm pretty much one of those people that boycotts a lot of those commercialized holidays. You should love your person every day, right? Lori Dixon says, new to your channel. Do you use solar and lithium? What do you suggest? Yes, I use both. And I suggest both. I like those definitely much better than I do generators. Yeah, generators, they're pretty loud. So there's an initial cost to do solar and lithium, but I think if it's done right, it'll last for a really long time, and it's much quieter, more peaceful, and it's sustainable. So it's a really good thing in my opinion. I would definitely get it. If you're looking for companies to install it for you, I know of a really great one up in Oregon, Bend, Oregon, called AM Solar. I have another, as a friend, an escaper friend who has his own company, and his company is called Pullen, Pullen, Pullen Solar. That's his last name, Andrew Pullen. You can check both of them out too. All right. AYJ Adventures. So I asked her if she was feeling better. She had a surgery recently. She said, much better, walking as much as I can. I've been using the 13-inch MacBook for editing myself. It's not bad, but yes, I miss the bigger screen. I had a 27-inch, but it doesn't fit in the RV. Yeah, that's a big one. You might have to put that, like, an articulating arm on the ceiling and, like, make it come down. Maybe that would work. I'm so glad you're doing better too. That's not fun what you're dealing with. But you'll be back out there soon. AYG Adventures also has her own YouTube channel, so you should go check her out. Okay. Oops, Shell, look at those emojis. She's like doing double of everything. There's a Lily girl in the mountains. Yeah. Okay. Carol Springsteed says, have you spent time in Michigan? If yes, where? If no, do you have any plans to do so? I am going to Michigan, and loose plans, is it called Mackinac Island? I'm going there. And of course, everything in the Upper Peninsula up there I'm going to go to. I don't have plans just yet, but definitely I've seen pictures of that place. It's really cool looking, as if like it's like you're on an island somewhere. It's really pretty. It's always amazed me about the Great Lakes. Like, it doesn't look like a lake, it looks like an ocean. It's just huge and vast. I was around that area, hugging the Great Lakes, actually, from, where did I start out? Ohio to New York in 2017, and I absolutely loved it. It was really, really cool. If you have any suggestions for places to go in Michigan, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear them. Les says Starlink will be amazing. Yes, it will. I cannot wait. Okay. Let's see. Oh, someone said, Rhonda says this is buffering. Is this coming in okay? Maury, can you let me know? I'm gonna look at my text really quick. If you guys can let me know if everything's okay. Hopefully it says I'm live and the stream is good. Let's see. Sir Kit says, can you travel if it's non-essential travel? As far as I know, I mean, I live in my van and a lot of people are traveling. I think unless there's a specific state, like, you know, what was it, a couple of months ago, California was really advising people to not travel whatsoever in there, and we're putting like a lot of restrictions. So I didn't go to California just because I really wanted to kind of, you know, listen to what they were saying and abide by their local regulations there at the time. So plus, like, I didn't want to really be in a state that was full of COVID, although I was in Arizona, which was the #1 place in the world that had the most COVID cases. So I just stayed out on BLM land a lot and didn't go into town except for groceries. Okay. Big Tex Nick says, have you ever been to Vegas? I have. Not in the van, though. Actually, no, I take it back. I've driven through, but I've never stayed there. Not my cup of tea, really, for van life. Let's see. Les says, Amber, are you heading to Boca Chica? I'm super jelly if you are. I probably am, actually. I'm thinking about... So I wanted to see if you could go to the SpaceX Center, and you can't actually visit it, but you can kind of be outside of it and take pictures. So I think I'm going to go over there and take a look. I'm really fascinated with it. So we'll see. I don't really know what there is to do on Boca Chica. I still have to look at it. Let's see. Jamie says your internet is buffering too. Oh goodness. I hope it's not mine. Oh, okay. Maury says you're fine. Our internet went out. Okay. Okay, good. Let's see. Angela says, okay, my internet went out for a sec. So if you answer the question, did you try other water filtration systems before your Berkey? I've used the Brita before. I didn't. It doesn't filter as well as the Berkey. Plus, so the thing with the Berkey that I really like about it is that it can filter like even river water. And it has, mine's a 4-filter system. So the top 2 filters are the traditional carbon filters, and the bottom filters are for more like fluoride, arsenic, like all these different, I don't know, what do you call them? I can't think, like toxins, I guess. So it's a 4 filtration system. And because it can do all of that, I really liked that because I take the water from out of my freshwater tank, the hose the hose that's attached to the kitchen sink, that always comes from the freshwater tank, right? So I just string it across to the Berkey and I put water in from there. Your freshwater tank gets grody. Like, you have to clean it out. And you don't always know when it's like that. So I try to clean it out like every 6 months roughly, and you just clean it out with bleach. But it's a bit of a process to do. And so the thing that I like about it is if I get some bad water, so sometimes you can get like, I've gotten water before that's like brown from Arizona or green from someplace. And these are like state parks or national parks. I don't know why it came out that way, and I didn't even notice it until I put it through the Berkey, and it was all in the top of the Berkey filtration system. So it was a great reason to have the Berkey. It really filters everything. And it seems like it's an initial cost up front that can be a little bit more costly than some of your other filters out there. But when I looked at how long, and I can't remember offhand what it is, but when you look at how long those filters will last for, basically with me drinking anywhere from 1.5 to 2 gallons of water a day, and that's between Lily and I, and doing coffees and things like that. Those filters will last me for like almost 5 years. So it's ridiculous how long they'll last for. So you won't have to replace them for a long time. So to me, I felt like it was actually cheaper and better than Brita. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, looks like people are having problems with the internet. Dang it. Sorry, guys. Okay. My gosh, this is all messed up again. I don't know why this keeps... I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the questions, but... Okay, there I am. Okay, so Tara says, have you ever felt the need for 4x4 or all-wheel drive? I would like to have it, but I just don't put myself in a position to go to places that have to have it. So I guess, like, if I had it, I probably would venture off into more areas. So I would prefer it for sure. I mean, it will help you get out of situations better. It'll help you go into more places that are more off-grid, but not in this van. Especially, you'd need something that has a higher clearance underneath. So 4-wheel drive and a higher clearance would be something that I would love to have, for sure. Okay. I'm scrolling down. Sorry, guys. I think I'm behind. Rhonda, she has to go to Vermont. I worry though it's freezing here now, so she needs to hang out south till spring. Yes. So here's the thing is I'm going to be moving slowly. This is like a whole year travel. So I won't start traveling north from Florida until it warms up. So by the time I'm done with Florida, it'll probably be April, sometime in April. And by then I think Georgia will be warming up, right? So, and then definitely by May, things will be warming up. So I'll just start heading up the coast that way. I plan to be, I think, in Maine by July. So what is that? April, May, June, 3 months to get to Maine. That's a long time. So I'm moving slowly. So I need to see a lot of places in between. Martha says New England campground doesn't open till mid-May and closed down mid-October. Boondocking is nearly impossible on the East Coast. They have travel restrictions, so watch out for that. I do need to look for that, the travel restrictions. I just heard about some recently too. Like if you go to Maine, you have to do the 14-day quarantine. So I'll definitely be there for 14 days. And I'm pretty much quarantined in my van anyway. So I don't think I'll have a problem with that. But hopefully by then things will get better. I don't know. That's my hope. I mean, if it's something that I feel like is unsafe or I'm going against local regulations, I just won't do it. I'll bypass it somehow or figure out a different way. I don't want to get into the drama, I suppose, of all of that and not be abiding by their local regulations. Okay. Diane Harris says, yay, you're coming to my town, Panama City Beach. If you let me know when you get here, I'll buy you dinner lunch. Oh, thank you. Send me an email, amber@storychasing.com with your information. There's so many people that are in that area. I'm actually thinking about doing maybe a meetup instead because quite honestly, like it's really hard for me to meet every single individual person. And only because, I'm traveling to all of these different places. So if I can meet a bunch of you guys at one place and we can find like a local area that's outside, so we're all like fine, we're not indoors somewhere and because of COVID and all that kind of good stuff, that would be really cool. So there's quite a few of you from that area. I'm just writing that down. I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in something like that. But thank you so much. Rhonda says, East Coast stinks for traveling. For boondocking, it does, but I've been boondocking for a while on the West Coast. And while I really love it, I'm like interested in something new right now. And there's so much history out on the East Coast that I really love that. It's kind of fun and I don't know, I just really love it. Rhonda says if she goes to Watkins Glen, New York, I will take care of her. Aw. Of Lily? Yeah, there's a little cat there. Watkins Glen. Why did I think you were in somewhere else? I thought you were in Michigan for some reason, Rhonda. Sorry. Okay, so DH has a really great point here. She says, I've used Boondockers, Welcome, and Harvest Host on the East Coast, also Hip Camp. Yeah, so I haven't actually used Hip Camp yet, but I know some people who have. I've tried looking at places on there before when I was in a pinch. Oops, sorry about that. I'm messing up my computer. I'm trying to move my legs around here. I don't know what just happened. Hold on one second. My computer is not balancing properly on my stand. There it goes. Okay. Sorry about that. So I have never used Boondockers Welcome either, but I've heard really great things about it. And of course, I'm a Harvest Host member, so I'll definitely supplement with that. I'm glad you mentioned that because I didn't mention it earlier as part of the places that I use apps. They actually do have an app for the iPhone. I don't know about Android, but they have an app that you can look at. to find places around there. And I've come across some really amazing places. That's how I found the El Paez RV Park and Motel in Tucson that was super unique and amazing. And then, of course, wineries. And let's see, the first year when I went to the East Coast, I was going through, what's the name of that town? It's where all the RV places are at. Is it Elkhart, Indiana? I think so. Anyways, that's where the RV Hall of Fame is at. And they're listed on Harvest Host as a place that you can stay at overnight and just, of course, go in and take a tour. And it was a really cool museum. I loved it. So you just find some really neat and unique places like that. So sorry, my lips are dry. Okay. Let's see. Rhonda, I like the wink. That's supposed to be me. It's as close as I could get to it. Isn't that emoji? Miss Pink says, hello from San Francisco. Hope it's okay to ask, what is your age? I don't mind. You're like 6 years older than me. Oh, it says my connection is unstable. Ooh, hopefully this clears up. Yeah, so 50. Oh my gosh. So I'm actually trying to figure that out too. That's the other thing on this trip. Where am I going to go for my 50th birthday? Originally, a couple of years ago, before COVID hit, my idea was to go to Baja, Mexico with friends and family and just have a big old party out there. Yeah, with COVID and stuff, we're not really able to do that right now. We could probably still go, but I mean, it would be different. I think I'm going to wait. I may have like a really low key 50th birthday party this year. And then when things kind of normalize again, I may have a big blowout 50th birthday bash. In fact, I think I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to figure that one out. Yeah. So 50. Eek, I know. It feels weird. Like that feels like I'm getting old at that point, but I know it's really not that old, but still it feels old. You think about your life a lot more when you're about to turn 50. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Trish says, park it. This is for the Mackinac. Am I pronouncing that right? Mackinac Island. Park at the casino. This is in Michigan. And St. Ignace, Michigan. It's an easy shuttle to the ferry for the island, and you can even take Lily. Oh, that's cool. I'm excited. Oh, I got a thanks for telling me about that. I will make a note of that as well. I actually got a backpack. I don't know. I haven't tried it on her yet, so I'm not going to show it to you. But anyways, I got a backpack for Lily. Her little head peeks through the top of the backpack, and it has a place for her paws to go into, and it's ventilated on the sides, and and it has a little pouch also on the back, so you can put like little things in it. But I got it mostly because when I was going to Florida, I thought, and anywhere I go to, mostly on the coast, that I could go a lot of places on my e-bike. And since I don't have that trailer anymore that I used to put Lily in, it was when I had my Class C, I had this little bike trailer, kind of like those ones that you see where kids ride in them behind their parents' bike. I had one of those for Lily, and she loved it, and I was able to take her a lot of places. But because I don't have room for anything like that, I got rid of it. And I got the backpack so she can go with me on my bike rides. I didn't really want to affix something permanently to my bike, and I'm always like concerned about, if I fall or if she jumps out or something like that. And this way she's strapped in. There's like a little clip that clips to her harness inside the backpack. And so she'll be perfectly safe inside there. But I'm excited that I have that for her too. Plus, like, I think when I go around to like different places, as long as she's in a bag or a backpack like that, like people won't say too many things to me. Most places that I find that I go to, especially on the coast, they're pretty dog friendly. NJ Anderson says, oh wait, Watbury says she's 29. Yeah, forever 29. No. NJ Anderson says, are there a lot of Harvest Host sites on the East Coast? I'm not sure. I think there's plenty though. I remember when I looked, there was quite a few. So wineries, breweries, Farms, sometimes like even olive farms are out there too. A lot of those are out there, or museums. That's another one. Oh, Rhonda says, "Hey, this is me." Sorry, Rhonda. I didn't realize that. MK Craft says, "I've always wanted to go to Maine." Oh my gosh, it is amazing. So it was one of the places I'd always wanted to go to, like, my whole life. I don't know what it was. I read something about it, and I really, really wanted to go to it. And I thought, okay, my first year of RVing, I'm gonna go. And I actually was like concerned, like, what if like my expectations are just too high and I'm gonna hate it. And it just wasn't the case. It actually blew my expectations out of the water. I really loved it. It's a fantastic place. It's got beautiful, sunrises and national parks, and Acadia National Park is absolutely amazing. Definitely got to go. Let's see. Lori Dixon says, "What kind of solar and batteries do you use?" Not ones that I want to use. They were part of the Hymer setup. They were proprietary, and it's not a brand that you can even really buy. So if you're looking for solar and the batteries, I would go with Victron or Battleborn. Those are my top two. Victron, tried and true. Battleborn, tried and true. Can't go wrong with either of those. Oh, Tyson, Joy. Oh, Amber, sorry we missed you. How do you maintain Lily's license and vaccinations on the road? Oh my goodness. I don't okay, I got the email from Chris. I'm so sorry. So Tyson and Chris are one of my students. They just started traveling this last year, and they're work camping over in Arizona. And I was in a place where they were work camping, and I completely did not put two and two together and realize that they were there. So I felt horrible. And they saw my video and mentioned it to me. And I'm not there anymore. Of course, I'm in Texas. So I'm so sorry that I missed you guys, but hopefully we will definitely catch up again. I was only there for 2 days, so apologize for that. I don't know what I was thinking. As far as Lily, how to maintain Lily's license and vaccinations on the road license. I don't have a license for her. And as far as the vaccinations, I use Banfield. Banfield is all over the United States. They are typically at PetSmarts, and I've used them for quite a while, even with the other dog that I had prior to Lily, before I even started traveling. So I like them because they're all over the nation, and her records follow her anywhere. If I don't have access to a Banfield, I go to a VCA hospital because they're really, really good, and they're also everywhere. And anytime I've ever gone there, they can transfer any records, previous records from her, the last place I was at, to the new place as well. But I get her vaccines at Banfield, and I pay, it's kind of like a wellness program. I pay, I think for her, she's a senior dog, so I pay like $40 a month, I think, something like that. And that gets her vaccines, it gets her blood work and x-rays and a couple of other things throughout the year to make sure she's good. Oh, and a teeth cleaning. So make sure she's good. So that's who I use. Okay. Martha says, New England COVID travel restrictions, be prepared. Yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. Rhonda says, I believe Amber was in Maine before, also one of her old videos. Yes, I was in Maine for quite a while, actually, almost a month, I think. Blessy, I cannot pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry. Blessy K says, how does insurance work when you're on the road? Well, so there's, of course, the RV insurance and there's health insurance. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, so I'll just say both of them. So RV insurance is pretty standard. It's with, I have Progressive, I think. Progressive insurance, and I really like them. I have full-timers insurance. It wasn't hard at all to get it. There was no real issues or anything like that. So The main difference is they offer a full-timers package if you are full-time, and that helps to cover more things inside your RV should something go wrong. This is obviously costlier than just like the van itself, because all of the furnishings and things inside here, and also the things that you put in. So your computers, your kitchen stuff, all of your equipment and all of that kind of stuff. It covers all of that. And plus it has a total cost replacement, which I really like, which means that if I got into a wreck or something happened and my van was completely totaled, they will replace the van and everything inside at the original cost of that I purchased it from, not at the depreciated cost. So that was a huge plus. And I think that was like, I don't know, like it was really small, like let's call it extra $2 to $3 a month. So completely beneficial, and it makes me feel a lot better since I do this full time. As far as health insurance is concerned, well, I domicile in Texas, and I did that specifically for health insurance purposes. There's I forgot what it's called, the ACA, is that right? I'm not saying that right. It's the state plans through Obamacare. They have that, which I originally was going to do because I need a nationwide health insurance plan. And I ended up going with one that was for my business. It ended up being a little bit cheaper, but it was like almost $600 a month. And I just didn't want to pay for that anymore. So now I'm on a different one that's more about being involved in an association. It's a collective association of people who contribute into this, and it's called Zion Health is the name of it. And it's a lot cheaper. It's like $215 a month. And mostly, like, I'm a well individual. I never really get sick. And so I really just wanted something that was more like a catastrophic plan. And this kind of serves that purpose, but some. So like if you really do if you have to go to the doctor or anything like that, you are covered. And it's a really long story about the plan. You have to go on to Zion Health and take a look at it, but it was the most beneficial thing for me. So I just want to make sure that I have something that's nationwide. So both of those are nationwide and I don't have any issues. Plus also Progressive Insurance for the RV insurance will cover me in Mexico and Canada and the United States. So that was a big deal for me as well, because I do travel in non-COVID times, of course, to those countries quite a bit. All right, we're gonna keep going here. Oh my gosh, the questions are still coming in. And we have 224 people on here. We're an hour and a half into it, guys. I'm sorry if this is running late. I hope you don't mind. I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. Whew. Okay, keep on going. I love this. It's been a long time since I've been on here, so no wonder everybody has a lot of questions. Let's see. AYG Adventure says Key West is amazing. If you can, hop on a catamaran and go for a sail. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Totally writing that down. Thank you. If you have any suggestions of which one to use, a company that you've used, maybe I would love to hear that too. I actually found a place over here in Texas off the coast that does dolphin. It's a boat ride that does dolphin watching, like whale watching, but dolphin watching. But it's like cold. It's like 50 degrees or 50 degrees inland, sometimes during the day, what time period I was going to go. But it's just too cold. I don't want to be on the water at 50 degrees. Way too cold for me. Okay, Martha Manigro says, do you have lithium? How do you boondock for so long at a time? I do have lithium. And how do I boondock for so long? So the things you have to be really careful of is your water consumption and your black tank. So the black tank is my cassette toilet. For you guys who don't know what a black tank is, it is your pee and your poo. That's what that is. So I have the cassette toilet that's 5 gallons. I can only last about 5 days on that cassette toilet. So what I did is I bought a jerry can that's about 5 gallons, and I use that to basically dump my cassette toilet into the jerry can. And then I just manage my water consumption really well. I don't, I'm really careful with washing the dishes. I don't just, turn the faucet on like full fledged and a ton of water is always coming out. So as long as you manage it really well, I can stay out about 2 weeks typically. So that's kind of what I do. And then you can also like, it's one of my most popular videos. I laugh about it. Hey, it's helped a lot of people, but it's how to pee outside as a woman standing up. Yeah, saves your black tank too. You have to watch that video. It's using female urination device is what it's called. But it works. If you can go outside and go to the bathroom, however you decide to do it, that saves your black tank as well. So the longer you can, do those things where you can stay outside or out boondocking more, the better. Okay. Still looking at all the questions. Gosh, I need water again. Thank you, John Darwin, sending me well wishes on my life journey. I appreciate it. I'm doing much better, and I appreciate everybody's comments and support. Whew, there's a lot to get through. You guys were amazing. So amazing. Rhonda says, if you love dogs as a fun person in camping, must watch Matthew Posa. Matthew Posa. Is he the one that has the RV and then I'm writing this down. He has an RV and he adopts all those dogs. I think he's got like 10 dogs or something with him. Yeah, if that's him, I've seen his stuff. He's really good. I'll check that out. I wrote it down. The big exclusive. I like that name. Did you really not eat that whole steak? I would have eaten it. It looked very tasty. I didn't. You'll see. I have a video coming out that shows that I ate it on the salad that I told you I was going to eat it on the next day. I made this, if you guys didn't see it, I made a big steak in my cast iron skillet. It was huge. It was a ribeye steak and it was like that thick. It was crazy. And I couldn't eat it all. It was big. And so I only ate half of it. And I'm also trying to lose weight. So I didn't want to eat the whole thing. And I put the rest of it on salad the next day. So I like it like that. I love salad steaks. Yum. So good. Tyson says, question, for the internet access, I'm looking at Nomad Internet. Have you or your readers had experience with them? It sounds comparable to your AT&T plan. So yes, I have not used them. I think Nomadic Fanatic pushes Nomad Internet a lot. And I think there's another couple, their name escapes me, that are YouTubers that talk about it too. I have not personally used it. I don't know, but here's what I do know is on their website, because I did look into it myself. On their website, they have an AT&T plan. The reason why I was looking for this particular plan is because I was trying to find something that worked in Mexico without any issues. Because like my AT&T plan does not work in Mexico. It only works in the United States. It doesn't work in Canada either. So AT&T, traditionally, their normal plans, if you don't buy through a third party, works in Mexico and Canada and the United States. So when I went on their website, it says coverage area, and you click on it and it goes to an AT&T map, AT&T website map, and it shows that you are covered in Canada, US, and Mexico, and some other countries, but those are the ones, of course, that I'm going to be in for RVing. And I thought, oh, that's great. I'm going to sign up for it. And I called them just to double check, and they said, no, it doesn't. It's just in the United States. So you need to be really careful about that. I think they're just linking to AT&T to show the coverage maybe in the US, not thinking that maybe a bunch of people are using this for international purposes too. So I'm not trying to say that they're being deceptive or anything like that. It's just, you just need to ask questions. So that's the only thing that that's the reason why I didn't get it, because it didn't work in Mexico or Canada, and I already had one that only worked in the US, so I didn't opt to go with them. But check out Nomadic Fanatic's channel. He talks about it quite a bit. Sheila says you can boondock on Mississippi coast, no fee. Look up on Nomadic Fanatic. He had an awesome time beachfront boondocking. Oh yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you for that tip. I appreciate it. Yeah, he's really good about finding boondocking spots. Okay. Michael Stefani says, hello, how are you doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you, Michael. How are you doing? Much better than I was before. I'm traveling more, so things are good. Things are good. Much better. Smiling more. Carol Springstead says, so many places you could beach camp in Michigan. Lake Michigan is better than an ocean since it's freshwater. Nice to swim in. That's very true. You don't get all the salt water on you, right? I can't wait to go up there. I'm so excited. I have some friends who are up there, the RV Outlaws. If you've ever seen, I don't think they have a YouTube channel. Maybe they used to, but I think they're mostly just on Facebook. But they used to have an outlaw. I think that was a toy hauler and then a van, and they're up in Michigan right now. And I'm seeing some of their pictures, and it's absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to get there. Billy, hi Billy, so good to see you. Billy Delude, Fort DeSoto Campground by St. Pete, Florida. You'll love it. Got it. I'm writing that one down too. Thank you, Billy. Billy has been, I don't know, he might be one of the like longest standing fan on here. I think he's been around like a really long time. Let's see. Galen Levitt. Hi, Amber. How do you handle the heavy winds in the west? Are you pushed around by 18-wheelers? I haven't had too many problems in the van, at least. And when I was in the Class C, you could feel it a lot more because it's just a big, huge box. I mean, I know this is boxy too, but it's a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, the 18-wheelers can, if they're flying by you really fast, yep, they can push you a little bit, but you can kind of see them, and I've never had an issue. It's not a big deal. As far as the winds are concerned, it's not always super windy. I mean, for the most part, it's nice, but yeah, you do get some heavy winds occasionally, and you just hunker down and stay inside, and hopefully you're not in a place that's too sandy because you're going to get a lot of dirt everywhere. So you just find places, or that's one good thing about being in the 1,000 Trails system now and having that option is I can go to a 1,000 Trails campground when there's adverse weather, kind of like right now. It's adverse weather and I'm in a 1,000 Trails campground, so I can plug in and get electric so I can heat this place. It's been in the 30s all day. It's ridiculous. On the coast. Coast. I can't believe it. Yeah. Oh, and the first night that I got here, I got here late. It was kind of a crazy situation. I had to leave one place that I was at and come here before I thought I was going to have to. And thankfully they had a spot for me here. It was because there was adverse weather coming. I was trying to outrun this winter storm. And so I got here in the middle of the night. It had been pouring down rain. They put me in a grass spot that was just, I thought I was going to get stuck in it. And I didn't even bother trying to plug in. None of that. It was just too darn cold, too dark. And thankfully I didn't, because the electricity didn't work on the post. So I found this out the next morning. So shore power didn't work. So I had to call them. We got everything figured out. And they put me on a site that has completely concrete pad. It's really nice. And so then I won't get stuck and I have good electricity now. So yay. And it's heated in here. Mark says, what do you think about keto? Yeah, I think, I mean, if you saw my videos, well, was it last year? I was doing keto for a while. I really liked it. I'm adverse to doing diets, but I felt like that wasn't so much a diet, like with really crazy restrictions. Like, actually, I felt like I was eating a lot all the time. And I mean, I guess that's good, but I had to stop doing it because I was having major cramps in my legs and it wouldn't go away. I tried everything. I tried magnesium. I tried salt tablets that someone told me about. I tried all kinds of things. Like, I mean, I was drinking tons of water, so it wasn't a water issue. And it just wouldn't go away. And as soon as I stopped doing keto, like within about a week, it all went away. So for whatever reason, it didn't agree with me from that standpoint. And I know quite a few people who do keto and have that problem. Not everybody, but for some reason, it just didn't work for me. And I lost a good amount of weight on it that I gained back too. Yeah, just I don't know, within the last year, I suppose. But I'm trying to do better now. Diane says, what about the truck camper future purchase? There is no future purchase for me right now. I really like it, but I just don't think that it's something that I can get into at this point, only because financially it's quite a bit of money, and I would rather renovate my van and then buy land and probably a tiny home or build a tiny home at some point in time. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I could change my mind again, but I don't know. This feels good right now. I did a lot of research on it. Nothing super like adverse or anything like that came up for me. It just more was a preference about how to spend my money. And because the cost is quite high, I mean, if I bought the truck new and the host camper new, with like all the things that you need to have on it to make sure that's properly outfitted on your truck, it would cost me upwards of $150,000 to $160,000. That's if you bought it brand new. And I would rather just renovate this van, use what I have, and buy some property somewhere. That's really what I would prefer to do. So if you're just getting into purchasing an RV, then yeah, get a truck camper. I would totally do that. If I was brand new doing this, I would absolutely get a truck camper. It's like a little apartment in there, especially if you have the slides. My friends Scott and Sasha from Stony Boot, they have the YouTube channel Stony Boot and the website stonyboot.com. And they have the new camp truck camper, which I also did a truck camper tour of theirs. It's a video on my channel. And it doesn't have like the same space that Wendy's host camper did with the slides, but it definitely has more space than I think inside this van. And it's got a really, really nice setup and a lot of storage. So I like that one too. The new camps are made well as well. Made well as well. It's a tongue twister. Okay. Simply Sonora says, are you doing this trip solo or with friends? Thanks for your time and videos. Oh, you're so welcome. I am doing this solo, but I will be meeting people along the way. So I have that. And of course, Lily is with me too. Let's see. Lots of good questions. If you have questions, I know some people are doing it. Again, I'm taking this from Kevin's idea. If you have a question, put some stars in front of it so I can see your question really quickly. Okay, so Big Texnick says, what are your favorite cities in Texas, favorite destinations or places in Texas? My favorite cities, let's see. Well, I grew up in the Dallas area. I was never a fan of Dallas. I've been to Austin. I really like Austin a lot, and San Antonio is pretty cool too. A couple of years ago, I did the Hill Country Scenic Highways and Byways tour, and I really liked that. Anything off the Guadalupe River was really beautiful. And then let's see. I know it's hard for me to say like the best places over there. I guess that's pretty much it. Austin, I really like. It reminded me of Seattle. It's very artsy, kind of eccentric. I like it. And hilly. It's not so flat like you think most of Texas is. Michelle says, I love me some Lillian Mountains, of course. Yes. Lily. Let's see. Tina Jones, what the heck? Can we just take that off of there? I'm just going to remove that comment. People. Maury, you missed that one. Are you still here, Maury? Okay. Let's see. Angela Siebold says, Mackinac Island does not allow vehicles. You'll have to park somewhere else, take the ferry, and bike around the island. Yeah, I heard that, and I wasn't sure how that worked with keeping the van somewhere. But it's good to know that Lily can go with me, so I'll have to figure that out. And how long? Oh, it's a ferry ride. Isn't there a bridge that goes over too? Like, how does that work? I need to figure that out. I'm writing that down. For some reason, I thought there was a bridge that went over and maybe you just walked across the bridge, but maybe not. Okay. Oh, someone said the signal was not good. Hopefully it's better now. LJ Kelly, Texas citizen, says, hi, Amber. I'm expecting an offer on my home. This transition to full-timing is getting real. Yay. Any suggestions on this scary but excited feeling? I haven't bought my RV yet. Yeah, it's normal. I'll tell you that. It is normal to feel that way. It's a very, it's a different life for you. You're taking a huge step. It's really, really normal. I was the same way. My students in my Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp class have experienced the same kind of feelings. It's excitement and overwhelm all at the same time. But you'll get through it. And part of it is this rush to like sell everything. And I mean, there's a lot to do. You put your house on the market, you sell all your stuff, or the other way around. Buy the RV, move into the RV, and learn this new lifestyle. So yeah, it can be a little bit scary. Little plug, sorry, shameless plug for my Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp. But there's a link all in my videos in the description. If you click on that link, you can go I have a free masterclass that helps you out a little bit. And there's a link to the actual Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp there. But what I love about the Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp, and I designed it this way because I felt like when I first started RVing, I didn't have anybody to talk to. I knew nobody in this life at that point in time. Nobody. I mean, I'd watched people on YouTube and all of that, but I didn't have anybody that I actually knew that could help me. And so I created the course so that people can learn how to transition into this life. So it helps to answer a lot of questions from like budgeting, what kind of RV to purchase, about selling your house or renting your house, about working on the road if you still need an income and starting a business, all kinds of things. But we also have this really amazing community where we can help each other and network and talk about our fears and talk about things that are going on. And that is ongoing. So whether you're, completely finished with all of your modules and are out there RVing, you still have access to this community. And we do live video calls once a month where it's all on Zoom. And so we can all get on there and talk about what's happening. And we just help each other through all of these issues. So it's a really, really great support group. If you feel like that's something that will help you to overcome a lot of that, check out the Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp. Okay, Ramona. Hi, Ramona. So good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Carol says, I appreciate your response to my question. I will let you know about Michigan. I would love to help make your time here special. Oh, thank you. I would love that too. I would love that. There's quite a few of you actually who've commented that you're in Michigan. So another place that maybe we can get together a meetup or something like that. That would be cool. Just need to figure out like where to do it, kind of where it's maybe a little bit more centrally located for everybody. Okay. Oh, goodness. Seems like people are having issues. Is it me? Oh, gosh, I'm really far up the list on these questions. Sorry, guys. Am I too long-winded? I'm having to go back up because it just refreshed again. Oh, goodness. Sorry. Oh, here it is. Wow, I'm really far up. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Michelle says she loves her sports Berkey. Got it after listening to Kevin talk about it. Shout out to 30 and Wake Up. What? Yeah, he has a sports Berkey. He really, really likes it. Yeah, there's that option too. You don't have to get the big old Berkey like mine. Mine's a travel Berkey, by the way. So it's the smallest of all of them. Okay. Everybody, welcome. There's quite a few people who are saying that they're new to my channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here and welcome. Some of these comments are cracking me up. 1325T says, how's the Travato? No issues or plans to upgrade. That is not me. 30 and Wake Up has that one. Kevin, maybe that's who you're thinking of. I don't have the Travato. I have the Hymer. Aktiv, but it's doing well. I haven't had any issues with it. I think we've worked out all of the kinks since I first purchased it. Like, oh my gosh, can you believe it'll be this May will be 3 years since I've purchased it. Yeah, amazing. I've got almost 50,000 miles on it. Peggy Owen says we should do a meetup in 2021. That's this year. Did you mean 2022? Yeah, I'm thinking about 2021. As long as it's outside, I think we won't have a problem. Uncommon Sense says, is the van life a nonstop fight against mold? I have had 0 issues with mold. None. I've been mostly in the West Coast though, so it's very, very dry there. My bed, a lot of places where people get mold is under their bed mattress. And so my bed frame, or the platform that it sits on, is slotted. So that actually keeps airflow going under the mattress. So I don't have any mold issues. That's one thing you have to be really careful of, is making sure that you put something underneath there that allows air to get under and keeps it ventilated. So there's something called Hypervent that you can get as well that will help with that. I had that in my Class C. I have a feeling when I go to the East Coast, though, that I might have a little bit potentially more issues with it because it's going to be more humid there. So there are things that you can buy, like those little cans of, I think it's called Dry Rid, that you can put around that will help with wetness and get rid of that moisture in here so mold doesn't collect. But no, I haven't had any issues. Angela 8 says, what do you use to keep bugs away? I want to see nature, but I don't want any bugs invading my space. You just live with them, Angela. Didn't you know I have, like, my whole bed is full of, no, I'm kidding. I'm not going to even say it. I do not have bed bugs, guys. Okay, I don't. See, that's my, like, quirky personality. So bugs, like, I don't know. I don't really do anything. I don't want like pesticides inside my van. So I don't spray anything out here or inside the van. I do have this like natural essential oil stuff that has peppermint oil in it that I spray sometimes like around the outside of the van and in the engine compartment that helps to keep away mice. So I do that, but otherwise, I mean, I'll get the occasional spider in here and I just let them back outside. That's it. So that's really all I do, but I haven't ever had a problem with it. Okay, still going. Oh my gosh, we have so many questions. Stephanie Rivas says, how have you had to deal with being ill in the van more than a cold? I have twice. So one time I got really, really sick when I went to Baja, Mexico. The very first day that I was there, it was a couple of years ago, and I don't think I got sick from anything there. It was the very first day that I was there, and everybody else, we were with an escapers group, and they ate and drank the same stuff that I did, and nobody got sick. It was just me. So I think it was something that I brought with me. But yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, I had people who were there to help take care of me. So, I mean, I got sick in my toilet, and you could use a trash can instead if you have to throw up, because it's not really fun throwing up in your cassette toilet because it's kind of stinky. So yeah, getting a trash can is better for that. But otherwise, no, not a real issue. I've always seemed to have people around me when I've gotten sick. So thankfully I've had people to help take care of me. But it just, I stay in bed most of the time, just like you would if you were in a sticks and bricks house, and then I have access to water and fluids and things like that. So it hasn't been a big deal. That was pretty bad. I think I was sick for almost, not completely like sick where I was throwing up all the time. That was probably like a good week. But then after that, I was sick for almost a month from that. It was like a really bad flu, or like, what's that, norovirus or something like that? Maybe. Okay. Angela H says, I'm going to be new to this life, but how much water do you think you use to take a shower? I'm having a really hard time trying to figure out what size fresh and gray tanks I need to be a week off grid. I don't actually have a shower in here. I mean, the Hymer came with a shower, but I don't use it. I just wash my hair in the sink and I like basically sponge bath it, or use wet wipes to wash my body until I can find a shower. So I've actually gone, I think the longest I've ever gone without having an actual like be under a shower head was like a month and a half. I know it sounds kind of quirky to people who are living in a house, but I'm clean. I'm very clean. I just do it all in sink. So I have a 30-gallon freshwater tank, which lasts me a couple of weeks at least. Oh, sorry, something just flew by out there. That lasts me a couple of weeks. And it's just solo, of course. And then I have drinking water too, but I drink a lot of water. So if you don't drink a lot of water, then you might be able to last a little bit longer. But that's just what I do. If you were taking a shower, the best thing to do is to do a military shower. That really conserves your water. So you'll want to make sure that your shower head has that little button that you press that allows you to turn the water off and on really quickly. Or sometimes there's a little lever. You can turn the water off and on really quickly so that you can conserve your water. It's not like standing in a shower like in your sticks and bricks house. If you do that and you just let the water like continually run, you're going to want to run out of water quickly and you won't be able to stay out very long. I don't suggest it. Rhonda says, I would be afraid of being in the desert and breaking down. Well, there's lots of places around the desert that people can help you. I've never been in a place where you're not more than at least an hour to a couple of hours away. If not, like most places I'm within 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes from a city. So there's always somebody around, or you just have roadside assistance and they'll come get you. So not an issue. You can overcome it. Let's see more and more. All these, I love Rhonda and all her hearts. Ramona says, does the Berkey take care of hard water issues? I don't think so. No, it just filters out the yucky stuff, but not really. I do have a filter that I put on it's a water filter that I put on my hose. So when the water goes from the, wherever I'm getting the water from to the van, it's filtered that way. And so then when it goes through the Berkey, it's filtered again, but I don't seem to have had any issues. I don't get any like calcium buildup or anything like that in my Berkey. That's like Arizona has really, really hard water and they have a lot of salt in it. And so a lot of the places you go to actually will say salt free in Arizona. So it's always good to find something like that as well. But I've never had an issue inside my Berkey with it. All right. Oh my gosh, we have so many questions. I love it. Thank you guys so much. I'm just I'm a little behind. I'm trying to catch up. Okay. See, I'm just now to the 50th birthday thing. Dawn says happy early for 50th. Thank you. Oh, Rhonda, thank you. Border of Pennsylvania, New York. Got it. Ramona, I guess you're not going to get the Berkey, huh? Robert says 50. Wow, you look so much younger. I'm 55 and 40-ish. I'm going to start using that. Oh my gosh, AYG Adventures. You're going to be 52? I never would have known. Never would have known. I love it. Maybe we can celebrate together when I come up that way. Oh my gosh. Rhonda, 55? No way. I can't believe it. Not that, well, I mean, I see your picture, I always see you when you comment. You don't look 55. You look amazing. Oh, someone just sent me a super chat. Martin Riley. Hey, Martin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? We've been missing you. Robert Gilman. I'm really behind here. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting to the 50 question. Holy freaking A. What 50? Congratulations. I know. How old did you think I was? Be nice. I know. I like to think that it's because I'm young at heart. Yeah. Linda, oh my gosh, Linda, I'm so sorry. Catania? Oh my God, I'm horrible with pronunciation. See, I can't even pronounce pronunciation. I love being in my 50s, 54 this July. Oh, congratulations. 50s. I know, I feel like kind of arrived, right? I felt like that when I was in my 40s. You're wiser, you've got more years under you. Yeah. I actually like my age. I don't have a problem with it. Just feels weird, I guess. You're going to laugh. So when my mom turned 40 years old, my mom is 21 years older than I am. So when she turned 40, we actually gave her a birthday party where we made a really like a black cake and black balloons and got over the hill like banners. Oh my God, what was I thinking? When I turned 40, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, we were so mean to our mother for doing that. At 40. Yeah. Okay. Oh, June, you're in England. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Geek Me Scott, do you still have the discount code for the company you had your AT&T hotspot with? There's not actually, well, there's still a discount, but there's no discount code. If you just use the link that's in the description box of my videos, it will take you right there, and then you can get signed up with them. It actually takes you to a page that's just for story chasing. So that should help you. AYG says there are a ton of Harvest Post locations in Ohio. That is very good to know. Where is Tiffany? 50 is the new 30. I love it. For sure. Especially out here RVing, right, girl? Tara says, healthy aging is a gift. Certainly better than the alternative. We'll be 49 this year. Oh my gosh, 49. We're all there together. It is. Healthy aging. I'm working on that part too. Ohio is not the East Coast. I know that, Michelle. I actually used to live in Ohio, but I'm coming out that direction. Rhonda, I'm just catching up on your corrections. Oh my gosh, you're cracking me up. Everybody's saying embrace the middle age. Yes, I am. Angela Rose says, Amber, could you tell me again where the place that had the motel, or was it an Airbnb stay in Arizona? No, it's called La Pais, or that's all right, El Pais, sorry, Pais, and it's in Tucson, Arizona, and it's El Pais RV Park and Motel, I think is what it's called. Yeah, it's a really cool place. The owners are Tony is the mother and Jade is the daughter. Super amazing. Really great hosts. Absolutely. They've got an amazing place there. Rose Bomb, I'm 77 and still not grown up. Ah, I love that. Let's see. Jenny Davis says, first time watching this channel. Any concerns with safety, security as a solo female traveler? I haven't had any. I mean, I'm very careful. You know, I listen to my intuition, my gut, and I make sure that, you know, I don't put myself in bad situations. I think that's key. And let me see if this light will be better and it's not too bright. Ooh, is that too bright? Hopefully not. It was really bright for me. So yeah, you just be really careful. Make sure that you're practicing safety anywhere you go. But no, I've never had any issues. Bye, Ramona. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Okay. I think I'm getting closer to the end here. Les says, Amber, you mentioned you have students. Can you talk about that a little bit? Yeah, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I'm not sure if you heard it. Sorry, gotta rehydrate my lips here. It's Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp. It's a course that I built that's specifically for teaching people how to transition from a sticks and bricks lifestyle to being a nomad, whether you want to be full-time or part-time. And it helps to have a support group. So we have networking support group. We have live video calls every month where we do it all on Zoom. So it's me and all of my students. And then also I have guests on there sometimes. Like the last guest that I had on there was a gentleman that's part of our Scapers group, actually, who has a health insurance company. And he talked about all the different states that you can get health insurance in as a nomad that are the most advantageous. So I bring people in like that to really help. Even Kevin from 30 and a Wake Up was a guest speaker this last year in the course. He was talking about budgeting. I'm sorry, not budgeting. He was talking about, well, he talked a little bit about budgeting, but he talked about getting out of debt and also traveling internationally, because he was at the time traveling internationally and how to really do that. So I have some really cool stuff with that. If you want to take a look at it, go to storychasing.com/masterclass. There's also a link down in the description box of all my videos that will take you to that. And you can actually take a free masterclass that I have. It's a 3-video series. It's only about 5 minutes, I think, per video. You can take a look at that and then also click the link for the Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp and take a look at that as well. But the masterclass helps get you some information. It also shows you how I teach, so you can kind of get accustomed to that and see if it's something that might benefit you. But thanks for asking for that. Valerie Stewart says, for van maintenance, do you go to a dealership? For the chassis, I do. It's Ram. I just go to the Ram dealership. But for everything else, I either do it myself or I have a gentleman named, it's Gordon, and he has Edge Van Works up in the San Francisco area. It's very familiar with our specific Hymer van, and he works on all of them. So if I'm in the area, I will take my van to him. Thankfully, I haven't had really any issues, so that's good. But for the actual chassis, I just go to Ram. Pretty easy. Also, I usually will tell them that if it's like I had some recall work done recently when I was up in Seattle. And so I told them that I'm a full-timer. And when you tell them that you're a full-timer, if you're going in for any type of warranty work or maintenance on your RV, or if something needs to be repaired, if you tell them that you're full-time, you have a better chance of getting done quicker. Sometimes they'll push you to the front because they know you're living out of your RV full time. So that always just helps. It doesn't hurt if you can just tell them. Sometimes they're really obliging. They're really hurt at people not helping you get through it quicker, but I suppose there can be. But most of the time, I've never had any issues. Okay, let's see. Patty Groover, sorry, show my dog. Is there a class B or C you would recommend? Is there any particular one you'd avoid? Also, should I go with diesel? Looking for 19 to 22 or max 23. So for the Bs, Winnebago, I like Winnebago. That was my first one. So Winnebago, I would go with that one. You can look at 30 and a Wake Up as the YouTube channel. Kevin, I don't know if he's still in here, but you can go to his channel and he has a Travato, Winnebago Travato, and you can see all the things about the Winnebago Travato. The other one is a B plus. I think it might be considered a C, but it's on a van chassis and it's the Winnebago Echo, EKKO. I haven't seen a lot about it, so I can't really recommend it, but it looks amazing. The YouTube channel Fit RV is actually sponsored by Winnebago, and they're getting an Echo and they're testing it out. So I would check out their channel. They've done some pretty good videos that show a lot about that RV. Now, if I were going to do this all over again, I would buy a van and renovate it myself, completely build it out myself if I could, if I had time. I wanted to do that before I bought my Hymer, but I just didn't have the time or want to take the time. I really wanted to get into one quicker and get out of that Class C. So that would be my choice, only because you can really customize it to everything that you want. This is it was a great option for me. I felt like it had everything that I wanted when I started in it. The only thing that I would change now about this is I would take out all of like this wall behind me. The wall behind me is the storage, like a closet. And then behind that is the bathroom. And then behind that is the bedroom. So I would take out that whole wall, put cabinets up above, kind of like a bench seat, or maybe even a desk over here on this side of the wall, because I don't utilize the bathroom like I should. It has a shower option in there, but I don't use that. I only use the toilet. So I would take that out completely and just put like a toilet under the cabinet that you can slide in and out and use that. I've already taken the door off of the bathroom, so I don't have that either. Okay, great question. Let's see. Just looking through questions here. Thank you, everybody, so much for your kind comments about, how I'm doing and your support. I'm seeing all of those. Thank you so much. I am doing much, much better. Traveling really helps and getting back to what I really love. And I have some really amazing changes with my channel. You might have seen that I have been publishing more, and you're probably going to see a little bit more of that soon. So I'm not going to talk about it just yet. I'm just going to do it, but I'm really excited. So lots of good things coming up, and I think you're going to like it. It has to do with this trip too. So lots of good stuff. Pia Hess says, hello from California. Where did you get your nice face mask? Need one, can breathe better. And also, oh, I know. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I got that face mask. So let me grab mine. I'll show you what she's talking about. Or sorry, I'm not sure. I apologize. So the one that I have is this. Oops. Yeah. So it's not very pretty looking at all. None of them are, but it's like, oops, it goes over like this. Yeah, so you can breathe. It's got the little things to go around the ear. I'm not doing a good job of it right now because I'm trying to talk. But anyways, it goes over the ears. And then you've got these that go behind your neck and strap down. So it's great. And it has a filter in here you can replace these. And then there's also filters inside these little air holes here, and you can breathe much better through this. It's not sitting right on top of your mouth. So I really like it too. There was someone who commented that said it's not really effective. But I don't think my other one was, it wasn't any different than this. Well, it was different. It was just cotton and it didn't have this filter in it. So I don't know. You do the best you can. Oh, and it has this little nose thing here, so you can squish it around your nose if you'd like. But I like it, and I can breathe in it. It's just not super attractive, like some of those other ones out there. Okay. So Jamie Wells says, I have to take several meds. What do you recommend as either mail order or having them refilled at a location? Any suggestions? I don't personally have experience with that, but I can hopefully give you some suggestions that would help. There's usually a Walmart everywhere you go, even in small towns. So I wonder if getting Walmart, like a prescription at Walmart, having it sent there, and they can transfer it from Walmart to Walmart, or they can look it up, might be beneficial. So so that answers your question about having them refilled at a location. As far as mail order, so when I need to get packages, I have all my stuff sent to my Livingston, Texas address and then mailed all to me at once, unless I know I'm going to be in a specific location for any length of time, and then I'll have it sent to me there or ahead of me. So that means I have to actually plan. And so if I can plan appropriately and know that I'm going to be at a specific city at a specific time, or not too far off into the distance, then I'll have it shipped to there. And I ship it usually to like a UPS store or a private mail center. If you go on to Google and type in, let's say you're going to be in Houston, Texas, you can type in private mail center, Houston, Texas, and it'll tell you all of these different mail centers for that particular area. I like to go with private versus UPS because, quite frankly, I've gotten burned by UPS too many times. I'll still use them in a pinch, but the last time I used UPS store to pick up mail, usually it's only $5 per package to pick up at most locations. But this guy that is in Breckenridge, Colorado, decided that he is going to charge people $30 per package. Highway robbery. It was a horrible experience. I did a video about it. And by the way, there was zero resolution to it, except that there was a lot of people who asked me about that. What was the resolution? Because I did that video. I turned him into the Better Business Bureau and to the Attorney General's office. And nothing happened except the Attorney General said that he was already on their radar and they might investigate. But I don't know if I don't think anything's happened because there's still Yelp reviews out there and Google reviews showing that he's still doing it because people are making comments that he did the same thing to them that he did to me. So price gouging, it's wonderful. Anyway, so that's why I choose to look up private mail centers rather than UPS mail centers to ship my mail to. So there's that option as well. Okay. Karen Teeples says, your skin is glowing. What do you use on your face? I use for skincare, I use just oils. I wash my face with, sometimes I wash my face with oil. Sometimes I wash my face with like just a standard, I don't even know what I'm using now. A face wash that's moisturizing. I don't use anything that's drying on my skin. But yeah, just oil works really well. So what I mean by oil is sometimes I make my own and then I will buy oil as well. But it's usually like just a mixture of really good oils for your skin, like avocado oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, mixed in with some essential oils. Yeah, it's really good stuff, but that's all I use. My grandmother taught me that growing up, although she just used peanut oil. And I was like, okay, Mama, your peanut oil on your skin for sure. Like I thought I would break out. That light is super bright on my face, I think. But guess what? She was right, as most grandmothers are, right? Let's see. Oh, Rhonda, she says, no, that's not Matthew posted. Okay. I did not realize that. I'll have to take a look at him. Okay, I can't remember the other guy's name that I was thinking of that adopts all of the dogs and takes them in his RV, but he's really cool too. He's really good looking as well. No, I'm not after him. Bailey M says, I bought your program, but I'm behind on my lessons and homework. What? Bailey, come on. It's okay. It's as you go. You can do it as you go. But I don't think I've seen you show up to our video call. So I'd love to see you in there. That'd be fun. And our community. So I just recently moved our private community off of Facebook because it's Facebook. And it's dark outside, so I'm closing my shade so people can't see me in here. I moved it off of Facebook into a private community group that's more like kind of the old school forums. But there's a lot of my students who did not have Facebook. And I personally removed myself off of social media. And so I started this, I polled everybody, all the students, to ask them, like, would you be okay with me moving it off of Facebook and into this community forum that's actually a little bit more organized and better, and you can access it from your phone and everything. So they were like okay with it. So we've done that and I really like it. Yeah, I completely stopped doing social media, even for business. I still have my accounts open and I'm thinking maybe I might still do Instagram for business, but I don't know yet. I've really enjoyed not having it. So it's been a month and a half, I think, since I took them all off my phone. It was the best thing I ever did. And it was the weirdest thing too. I wasn't sure I could do it. You know, I just felt so trapped by it almost, you know, like I'd wake up in the morning and look at my phone and it just wasn't healthy. And I just didn't really like what it stood for. There was a lot of negativity and that's just not who I am. So I just felt like it was best to take myself off of it. and I've never felt better. I have so much free time now, and my mind isn't like all over the place, with social media. And I'm just going to be completely honest here, but I get a ton of messages, direct messages from people, and I just they're all over the place. They're on YouTube. I have YouTube comments. I have our YouTube membership group. I have Instagram. I have Facebook. I have email, and I have my students. And with all of that, those comments everywhere, it's very chaotic for me, and I couldn't focus on things that really needed to be done and really pay attention to everybody and build like one really great community. And I feel like YouTube, and by the way, and my, what's it called? My blog too. There's that. So really building community with my blog, with YouTube, and my student group is my focus. So that's where I am most of the time. So if you want to get a hold of me, get onto those platforms, and I'll be able to answer you a lot better. It was just too much. I don't have a social media manager, none of that, and don't really plan on getting one. So just, I don't know, felt good to be that way. Okay, keep on going. Still lots of questions here. Rhonda, people say I look younger, yet I look at the mirror and I think I look 20 years old. I know, right? Me too. Now you don't, but I do. I'm the same way. Oh, Diane says, when you do keto and get cramps, drink pickle juice. I never thought about that. You know what? Actually, I have a friend that, I don't know why I didn't think of this. Conrad Buffard, he owns, oh my God, I just forgot the name of it. Let's see, my mind is going. What's the name of the town? It's in Texas. I did a video on him. It's a honeybee farm. Anyways, he creates pickle juice as well. He's a bike rider, and he told me about that, and I didn't even think about that till you just said that. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate it. Oh, look. Hey, Val. $50 super chat, girl. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Thank you, Val. I've missed seeing you too, girl. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh, Rhonda mentioned eating bananas. I've eaten bananas too, and it didn't help. I tried the potassium. I tried potassium pills. Nothing. That was when I was on keto. Geocaching Adam says, I missed the start. Sorry. Adam is another student. He just signed up. Yay, Adam. I hope you got my email. I sent you an email to your email question. So hopefully you got started and everything within the first module. Okay. So thank you for joining. Can't wait to meet you in our video calls. Buddy P says, what was the refrigerator you bought, the brand and the model? Oh, so it's called an Astro AI, and it's not actually a fridge. It's a freezer. It's not a combo at all. It's just a freezer, but it's called Astro AI, and I really like it. The company actually sent it to me to try out, and you know me, I don't refer or recommend anything unless I absolutely use it and really, really love it. And they did it's a great piece of equipment. So far, I've not had any issues with it. I have it plugged into 12-volt power. So I could really tell, like I really watched in the beginning to see like how much power it was using off of my lithium batteries to see if it was like sucking it too fast or if it was slow. And it's really, really slow. It's a great system. I like it. So I do recommend it. Popcorn Bleach. That's an interesting name, Popcorn Bleach. Will you ever stop van life? I imagine at some point I will. I don't know when, though. I don't have any plans to stop right now. I really love what I do. In fact, the more that I do this, the more that I feel there's more to see. I've always wanted to go to Europe and travel there. And that was when I first purchased my van, I thought, I bought it specifically because it would be easier to send a van over to Europe and travel there versus a Class C. And plus a Class C is just way too big for Europe. It's definitely more of a consolidated, more don't know if it's more people, but tighter areas. And so a van is just much better over there. Things are a little smaller over in Europe than they are here. So I plan on doing that at some point. So I don't know when. I haven't thought of that one yet. I thought that maybe after 5 years of doing RV life here in the States that I would go to Europe. And that would mean that I would be doing that in May of 2022, because that'll be the end of my 5th year. So I don't know. We'll see. With a few things. We were going to do some slides recently. I was going to do this slide that pulls out of the back of the van. Kind of like if you ever seen Chrome on Van City Van Life, he has a slide that pulls out from the middle. It's actually, his is a box, but I was going to do a slide and maybe a small box, but really just so I can slide that whole middle area under my bed out, because it's really hard to get to in the middle. So that was going to be kind of my first thing I was going to do, but I don't know yet. We didn't have time to do it. So we'll have to do it probably this winter. It's a lovely ride. Says, I'm going to look at Road Trek Agile tomorrow. Have you met anyone that has one? It seems similar to Hymer. I don't know anyone who has one, but you are correct. They are similar to Hymer. In fact, Hymer owned Road Trek at one point in time. So there's that. But Road Trek is a good brand. I would suggest, if any of you guys are looking to purchase specific RVs, you know the manufacturer, go look on Facebook and join something like Hymer did, or Winnebago has them, these owners and wannabe Facebook groups. And that will really help you to get your questions answered. A lot of times there's owners in there who are posting like problems that they've had or how they've renovated something. They have all kinds of really great ideas in there, and they'll really help you to figure out if that's something that you want, just by kind of combing through and seeing what issues maybe they've had or the things that are really great about it. Okay, let's see. It's a lovely ride. Says, I'm going to, oh, sorry, just read that one. Samson, how long will it take to renovate your van? Who will be doing the job, and where will you be staying during this time? So I think I just answered that question, except for how long will it take? I'm not sure. I feel like I need to, if I think it's going to take a month, I probably need to double that and say it's going to take 2 months, because that always seems to happen with any kind of build out. But so my friend, actually, if I do it at her house, she's in the Salt Lake City area, and then she has a house and an RV as well, so I could stay there if I needed to. But otherwise, hopefully it doesn't take too long. Azzy2Z says, Hamber just joined from the UK. Hello from the UK. I do keto, but it doesn't suit everyone. You are a lovely person, so just be happy. Eat what you want, Tony. Thank you. Sorry, I feel like a light just came on back there that was really bright. Thank you. I do need to lose weight. I mean, I appreciate that, but I need to be healthy. And so I'm back on track and losing weight again. Okay. Scott says, how many miles do you drive on the average yearly? Well, this year I'm putting on a lot of miles. Last year I didn't. So I'm up to almost 50,000 miles, and I've had this for 3 years. So is that right? Yeah, 3 years. So a while. I mean, not probably more than 15,000 miles per year, roughly. The first year I put on a lot of miles. Last year I didn't put on hardly any, and then this year I will. Okay. I think we're getting to the end here, maybe. All of these comments. Geocaching Adams says, the hardest part of wanting to go full-time is that I'm a single dad with 2 teenage girls. One has 2 more years of high school left. I want to go now. I know, that is the hardest thing. Well, you get to plan during that time, or maybe do they want to go with you? There's a lot of families who go out on the road. But 2 teenage daughters, that might be a little hard. They're probably really into school. I don't know though. Right now they might not even be in school. I don't know what's going on with that, but at least you just get to plan for the next 2 years. She's catching up. Oh my gosh. I know. Sorry. It's so slow. Rhonda says, have to go, Amber. Love you. I'll check out memberships and see you there in your future videos. Sweet dreams listening on my TV off phone chat. Bye, Rhonda. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I loved seeing you here. I think it's the first time I've actually seen you in my live stream. It's been a long time since I've done this. So it was good to hang out with you. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Okay, I think I'm getting to the end. I'm getting tired. We've been on here for 2 hours and 40 minutes, guys. This is a big deal for me. I'm usually like an hour. Dawn says, I'm looking forward to watching your East Coast adventures. Not many van life YouTubers travel out that way. It's true. I'm excited too. Yeah, there's a lot of people on the West Coast. It's just because there's more boondocking. That's why the West Coast is so popular. And it's more costly to be on the East Coast because you can't boondock as much. Okay. I'm getting there. You guys, your questions are still coming. Okay. I think, am I to the end now? I think so. Oh, wait. June Lee, would you recommend your van or bigger one for 45 years old travel nurse with no kids, no pet? Absolutely. I'd recommend the van. I mean, the thing is with the vans, if you want something bigger, you're probably going to have more comfort in it than you would with a van. I mean, the van is comfortable, but if you get something bigger, like my Class C had a couch, it had a full shower in it, it had more storage. So there's a trade-off, but the van, absolutely. I mean, I'm in here by myself with Lily, so it's not a big deal. I love having the van. I prefer the van over the Class C, even though Class C was a little bit more comfortable for some of those like kind of luxury amenities that I was just talking about. But the mobility that you get with the van is just so much better, and I would much prefer that, which is why I actually went into a van. So it just really depends on you. If you think you're going to be like, let's say, out on the West Coast, boondocking all the time, and you don't really care about going into cities or traveling like a ton into places where, you don't need the mobility of a van, then it might be better to go with something a little bit bigger. So you do have a little bit more space, and you can put in more toys. A lot of people get, they'll either haul like, what are those called? The razors. They'll haul a razor, or they'll have a tow behind, a tow car, or they'll get, the other thing is like, oh my God, I can't think. My mind is going blank right now because I'm tired. Paddleboards, that's what I'm thinking of, or kayaks. You can get things like that where you can't really get that in this van. It's just harder because you just don't have the space to fit it. Okay. Oh my gosh, I think we're coming up to the end here. My eyes are so tired, guys. Automator says, how long have you lived in the van? Oh, Tina just responded, 4 years. Yeah, this will be, so I've actually been in the van for 3 years, and in the Class C for 1 year. And so I'm coming up into 4 years of traveling full-time completely. Oh my God, I know, I can't believe that in May, when I turn 50, it'll be 4 years on the road. And I love it, guys. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it in for anything right now. So, all right, guys, 2 hours and 40 minutes into this. This is an absolute record for me. So I think unless anybody has any more questions, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to start trying to do these like every week, guys. So I appreciate you guys so much for coming in here. If you haven't already given me a thumbs up, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps to get all my videos seen a little bit more. And also, if you know any like cool, unique places for me and you can't think of them right now, leave them in comments on other videos, or you can email me at amber@storychasing.com and let me know where to go, all these unique places. I would really love to hear about that. All right, guys, thank you so much. Ken says, what's your birthday? I'm going to be the same age in May. Oh, May 17th. 17 is my number. I love it. I know, 50. And happy birthday to you too. Let's see. I'm reading all the comments again. Oh, someone from France. Hello. Can you do van life in France very well? All right, guys. I will see you in the next video and in the next live stream. I'm going to try to do these, I think, every Saturday. We'll see. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you. Bye.